There we go.
What's happening? This man over here said, "What's happening?" Like he ain't been gone. Like this man, Blicky, just came back from the world of Narnia.
Yeah,
I don't know how he got lost in the wardrobe, but he just came back from the world of Narnia. So
it was those little truffles that the queen had. I just couldn't get enough of them. They was just, I couldn't get enough of the truffles.
I think you got a special problem that you need to fix.
I do. I do indeed.
He was lost, but now he's found
I'm what you call the demo man. I've tried every single game that done came out, and I haven't beaten out a single one of them yet.
Yeah. So anyway, how y'all doing? Like, it's Wednesday. We spicy today because trust and believe we got some interesting things to talk about. Time, what you got going on over there?
Not much, man. Just coming off WrestleMania weekend. Watched so much wrestling.
Yeah.
So
much
wrestling.
I'm gonna let. That's gonna be a special little piece of today. We're gonna let you cook on some wrestling. Everybody gonna have their own little spice. Blicky, you don't get spice. Goji,
I always got spice.
What's going on? Always a pleasure to be here.
Congratulations on your new baby. Congratulations on
knocked out.
Congratulations, bro. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We are always happy to have you. Obviously, as you can see, we got a couple of substitutions today. Token couldn't make it. Raijin couldn't make it, but other than that, we're here. So I just want to say good evening, everyone. Welcome to Start Button Live. This is where we're gonna start talking about some good, nice, juicy gaming stuff. We're gonna have some good conversation. We encourage you, if you have anything that you want to say, by all means, put it in the comments so that we can actually, respond to you, so that you can be a part of the conversation. We love to hear your opinions, especially when we're talking live. If you're watching this after the fact, or if you're watching this after it's live and already done, then you can feel free to comment below. We'll definitely try to respond to your comments there. If not, somebody will at least be able to read your comments. So we always encourage interactivity. If you got any friends that are in the games or anything gaming related, definitely make sure that they give us a follow, subscribe, like the videos. It helps us out a ton. In the meantime, I am your host, King Anarchy. Here with me today, we have Mr. Loon himself. We have the ghost who just returned from Narnia. We don't know if he's going to get lost again.
The door don't open no more.
Our resident celebrity, Mr. Time Traveling, the one that everybody likes. Nobody likes me. It's a joke. We always got our special guest, Mr. Goji Senpai, whenever he's available. So and last but not least, Mr. Hustle Simmons. I'm sure Hustle thought that I was going to get on him today, but he is not the object of all of my jokes. It's going to be Blake.
Surprisingly.
It's funny because it looked like you just pointed at him in my eyes, but
the way it's oriented, like you was pointing Loon down here.
I don't know.
Down there.
All I see is everybody is just next to each other. So, if I go like that, maybe it'll work. Anyway, so last week I opened up with a question, and it wasn't necessarily the question of the day, but it was a question all the same, and we ended up skipping the question of the day. So today, instead of me throwing curveballs at you guys, I'm actually going to ask you one by one. I want to hear, what's the best game that you have ever played, and why was it the best game that you have ever played? And Time, let's use a different answer from Chrono Trigger.
task.
Best game you ever played.
Who's kicking it off? Who will go first?
I'm not kicking it off right now. I have to think. I can't use Chrono Trigger. I have to.
You know what? Hustle. What was the best game you ever played besides Final Fantasy VII?
Wait, Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VII Remake?
Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, cool.
There's a reason why I'm asking these questions like this.
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2.
That's what got me actually liking video games.
That
Like
was
I
a
had
staple
played
of my
games
childhood.
before, but it was just like they were just in the house. Like again, I grew up in a house that had a Nintendo already in it before I was like born, right? So I played my NES. I got an SNES, but like it didn't make me passionate about games until I played Sonic 2. And Sonic 2 is what really just got me like actually loving video games.
Hold up, cuz you was a Nintendo kid. I don't know if I can mess with you right now.
What you mean? I was a Nintendo
Nah,
kid,
bro.
and then I got to play Sonic. I
Nah,
played
bro.
Sonic at my cousin's house, and then I was all Sega.
Oh, so you traded on Nintendo. So you sat tripping right now.
Bro, I grew up in a house with a Nintendo. I had no options. That doesn't
You had
count.
options. You could have not played it.
At the age of 5? At the age of 5? Like,
I'm just
you
saying
could
the
have been
heart
playing
wants with the
curveball.
heart wants, cuz.
You could have been playing curveball, Foursquare.
Heart
you know?
wants what the heart wants. Blicky, what you got?
Oh, that's
What
easy.
besides Call of Duty?
Call of Duty ain't even in my top 100. I just played it to pass time.
Oh my gosh.
Number
this man's
one.
not even in his top 100. What up,
Not even in
Chaotic?
my top 100.
Ain't nothing left to do but
Easily.
win. Welcome. Raijin, what's good?
What's
Oh,
happening, right?
Yeah,
What's
right.
happening,
right.
Right.
Easy though.
I'm surprised
The
he
Legend
didn't
of
say
Zelda,
Mega
bro.
Man. I would have told him no Mega Man.
Legend of Zelda.
I think
Ocarina
that's
of
why he
Time.
said Earthbound.
he said Ocarina of Time. I can't. Yeah,
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina
Huh?
of Time. That was my first. Okay, so my first introduction to Legend of Zelda was the Wind Waker. Don't get me wrong, it was the Wind Waker on GameCube.
That was
But
your first Zelda?
that was my first Zelda. That was my first
So you went
Zelda.
backwards. You
So I went
backtracked.
back. Yeah,
Got you.
No, we're
I'm
not going to talk
29.
about age.
That was a lot
Oh,
of people's
okay.
first time, to be honest.
yeah, I'm
with
29. So when that came out, I was like, shoot, I was like 6,
Too young to hold a controller.
maybe. Yeah, pretty much. You know.
Well, a Nintendo 64 controller, cause
Yeah, exactly. So I had to like wait until I got a little bit older and I can buy
He
my
had to
own
play with
systems.
his brother, and his brother had the controller unplugged.
No. See, I couldn't play with my brothers because my brothers was selfish. One of them was selfish, and the other one he broke every controller he touched. Like we was playing Dragon Ball Z, and we was doing a beam struggle, and I've never seen a
Insane.
controller just come apart the way that one came apart.
What the
But-
fuck? Bro, like,
I mean, he played,
handling controller?
He went monkey farm? Like,
but when it came to the Ocarina of Time, it was just
Frieza jumping
it
out
was
of the
just something
Nintendo.
about it. It was my first. It was my first introduction to the real Ganon. Because you know the one in the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, it has so many different forms, but the real Ganon was the ones from Ocarina of Time and all of that stuff. And then not only that, but it was my first Nintendo 64 game, and it was just something about the story, bro. Like the story just had me sucked in, and like since that game, there's not a single Zelda game that I have not played and beat, except for Tears of the Kingdom. I'm still working on that.
It had
But
him
yeah.
sucked in, though, did he?
I still say Majora's Mask is better, but that's just me.
What? To each his own.
Thank
Tomato,
you for
tomato.
reminding me, Tones. Yeah, no, I completely forgot about this. Yeah, so as far as the games go for me, I feel like I have to go with one of my favorite games that I thought was really good. Maybe one of the better ones I played was Super Mario RPG might be my favorite. Like not my favorite, but like one of the ones I'd consider the best. Like for the time, I thought I had a really good combat system. I thought it was really interesting to see what SquareSoft can do with the Mario franchise. Like I don't think you've seen too many instances of that kind of property kind of collaboration with Nintendo.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
You've
was a
seen it.
great crossover.
But like for the time, like that, I don't think that was something you saw a whole ton of.
I never
So
played
Super
the Mario
One day
RPG.
I have to play that game.
I gotta get the remake.
yeah, I didn't play it until the newest one that just came out, the remake for it.
So
It's-
is
it's a
it?
pretty good game.
Tell me, it's a good game. It's worth grabbing right now.
Yeah, it's definitely worth grabbing.
Yeah.
It's one of those
absolutely.
games. It's one of those
Tune in
games where I literally only got my Switch to play Pokemon, but someone convinced me to get Mario RPG, and it was completely worth it.
It was hitting.
All right,
Yeah,
here we go. Yeah,
Music
sorry,
fire.
got this working.
Yeah,
There
I
we
got
go.
a Switch specifically for The Legend of Zelda, and I returned it like as soon as I beat it.
Say
Yeah.
mine.
No,
Mine,
it that's-
mine's is Mega Man Legends.
Oh
Let's
shit.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Okay,
So
see
you
that's
wanna know
going.
what's
That's,
crazy?
yeah, that is definitely going.
That's
That's
the
a
game
good
I was
one.
going to say. That,
Mega Man
that-
Legends.
Yeah.
why Mega Man Legends though? Why not Mega Man Legends 2?
The one I like.
The
That was my
one was
first. Okay.
one was the sweet spot, right? It wasn't too much. The controls were a little clunky, but what PS1 games weren't.
True. Before the dual.
The
dual shot.
mechanics in the game were great. You can attack shopkeepers and get dark armor. I mean, the more evil you
Yeah.
were. I remember the Cadillacs Island level. It's just it was just that sweet spot of a game. It was just challenging enough as a child. That was one of those games where I had that game and I didn't have a memory card, right? So that was one of those games where I sat down
Oh, yeah.
one weekend and just beat the game. Never turned my PS1 off. Just beat it in the weekend. And it's the story just stuck with me. It was that good.
Man, that PS1
It's
was
crazy. They don't make games like that no more, where you can just sit in the game like
And the story's incomplete.
yeah, like. And
I was about to say.
I don't feel like
Maybe
they
don't
make games like that.
anymore. Final
Like-
Fantasy VII Remake. I know somebody who literally turned that on and sat down at it on Friday and had it beat by Sunday.
Okay, let me rephrase. There are far and few in between. Now, like
The Final
today,
Fantasy
you
remake
gonna
kind of
get-
doesn't count to me because it's a remake of a great game that you would have done the same thing
Grand Theft
for
Auto
back
4,
then.
bro.
Mhm. Grand Theft Auto 4, no.
For
What?
Grand Theft Auto 4, first of all, Grand Theft Auto 4 was not a game that I booted up and just played nonstop, never turning my system off. Like, that's not that game.
That has the best story out of all of them.
yeah,
I'm
I
not
was-
saying that it's a bad game. I didn't say it was a bad game. I just said that it's not one of those games that you just turn on and play from start to finish in one sitting. Like,
Shit, it was for me.
I can't.
I can see why.
You know what?
Grand Theft
I'm
Auto
changing my
4 had a
answer.
great story.
What you
Changing my
changing to?
answer. Nier Automata.
Near
Oh,
Automata.
Nier
yeah.
Automata?
It was pretty.
Yeah, Nier Automata. Yeah, no, like that is like I'm
Did you get all the
half
endings in
baked,
it?
so what?
Did you get all the endings in that thing? This thing's got
I
like
haven't even
100
gotten all the endings, no, but
I haven't
like,
gotten any endings.
It's just
You don't finish games, Tom.
First of
That
all,
game-
watch your mouth. Right?
Oh, is that Demo Man number 2 up there?
oh,
Wow.
man. Wow.
That's Demo Man number 2 up there. Listen,
I
let me
beat the
tell y'all.
game. Okay.
He said I beat a game.
Hey, look, I lied to y'all not. I went and got Grand Blue Fantasy. I got
I didn't beat that
Baldur's
yet.
Gate.
I
I
didn't
got
beat that
Dragon's
yet.
Dogma 3.
I didn't beat
I
that yet.
got all of these games, and I didn't beat none of them.
Yeah,
None
no.
of them.
But I beat Final Fantasy Remake.
Okay.
I ain't beat that either.
I beat Kingdom Hearts 3 or whatever
beat
one
that
is the
either.
last one that came out.
Sorry.
And 2 and 1.
We all beat 1 and 2. What do you mean?
The fact of the matter is, you said I don't beat games. I beat games.
Beat it.
I beat
That story was
games.
trash.
Listen,
Look,
I don't beat games. I'm gonna be
you
honest.
and
I
your
don't-
you
I
and
don't
your
beat games. I ain't beat.
I'm
Elden
not gonna
Ring
mess
yet.
with your opinions today. Ayo, so I wanted to share with y'all. Today I have a ring pop.
Sheesh.
No Diddy?
I said a ring pop. But
Wait,
it's
is
called
that
a
like
tongue
the?
cleaner.
Is no Diddy being used as like the phrase to?
Yes,
Hey,
yes,
yeah,
it is.
chill out.
Yes,
chill
it
out,
is.
Chill out.
Don't say
all
it.
right, all right.
Chill
Y'all
out.
got it.
Oh my God.
Y'all got it.
Chill out.
Just don't be out here
Yeah,
diddling
wow.
people, bruh. Like no diddling.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's
I'm smooth on the
All right,
diddling.
the significance of the ring pop.
It's a tongue painter. so I could start eating this ring pop.
That is a pause.
Hey, yo,
That's
that's
crazy.
crazy. Hey,
Where are we
I could
going?
start eating this ring pop,
Bet you
and
can.
probably halfway through this show, if not halfway,
I'm not about to watch you. Bring pop.
blue lips and a blue tongue. My entire mouth will be blue.
Mm. Smurf.
But if y'all say not to, then I
Please
put it
don't.
down.
don't do it. Don't
Okay.
do it.
Unless chat, y'all want to donate and watch him.
Chat, what y'all think? Y'all want to watch him eat a ring pop? Because I don't want to see this.
That's crazy.
First of all, no Diddy.
I
'cause
gotta
that,
ask.
no,
I
No.
want to watch it.
no. Hey, chat, y'all
One
want to
thing
watch him
about
eat a
it-
ring pop? What?
You don't.
It's
eat
about to turn into
a ring
OnlyFans.
pop.
Yeah, you suck a ring pop
Yeah. So.
Sheesh.
and or lick.
So,
That's a lot
Loon
of
got
crazy.
Mega Man Legends. Time has Near Automata. Blicky has. I don't remember what Blicky said.
Okay, it don't even matter because I want to change my answer. Okay. All right, look. Don't get me wrong. I love the Ocarina of Time. But then I'm thinking about it. My favorite game of all time was probably Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, the first one.
Okay.
That was probably my favorite game of all time. Like that game
mean,
I beat
I
5
said
times
best game you
over
ever
and over and
played.
over.
Not favorite game of all time.
Oh. Then yeah, The Legend of Zelda.
Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm.
I've just got one argument to tear that whole thing apart as to why that didn't make my best game ever played.
Why?
The Water Temple.
Oh yeah, the work in that game. That shit was
Mm.
terrible.
The one part of that game that was the reason I had to use the memory.
It's like the whole
That
game
game-
pretty smooth up until that point.
Up until that point,
Yeah.
and now it's
The
all
game was
static.
completely enjoyable. All the mechanics were like on point. I was having fun, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, no. But that was my first real challenging game. Like before that game, obviously, like I went from The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, and after that it
how
was
do you go
mostly
from
Mario
GameCube
games
to Nintendo 64?
because I
If you're
wanted to
young,
see the
you do.
nostalgia. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see what everybody was talking about, where this game came from, like what it
It was
did.
a
Even back
pretty
then,
good
is how it
game,
was.
too.
And like, and then the Wind Waker was so like kiddish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, don't disrespect Wind Waker.
well, it's still one of the tops, but it had a very childlike essence to it. Like,
The art style and
yeah, the art
everything
style
was-
and yeah, all of that was like real.
I remember
Like-
everybody kept crying about the art style when it first got shown. I was
yeah.
just like, oh, this looks cool.
It was such a departure from the original series.
What up, Texas?
I mean, and then y'all did get realistic Zelda when they showed Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess,
Everybody finally shut the fuck up.
which is crazy because that was worse than Wind Waker.
Way worse than Wind Waker.
So would I be fair to say that the best game I ever played was
He's about to say some
the
bullshit.
Tomb Raider remake?
I can't really argue with that. It's a good remake.
It was a good remake.
Which one?
Well, yeah, there's like two. Are we talking about? Wait, no. There's a remake and then there's a reboot.
The reboot.
The one where they made it more like
It was like-
survival kind of.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Don't.
I actually haven't played that one. I haven't played that one.
I beat that one. It is not the best game I've ever played, though. I just wanted to throw that out there. That's perfect for something later, though.
Can I say
Anyway,
that?
I'm
say
teasing
that?
y'all a little bit.
Controversial?
Huh?
It's not really controversial. I think a lot of people just like, yo, the reboot was pretty fucking
It was
good.
good. No, the best game that I've played was Dragon Ball GT Final Bout.
Wow. Okay, that's controversial to say.
That's crazy.
Controversial to say.
Not
GT
my
Final
favorite game
Bout?
of all time.
That game is.
But-
I remember that game being ass. I'm just saying.
Says Mr. Tenkaichi over here.
I
Anyway,
mean, that
Yeah.
Tenkaichi was fire, bro. Come on now, bro.
Whoa.
Not
Come on
Tenkaichi
now.
1?
Pull out on
Tenkaichi
Tenkaichi.
1, yes.
No, it was not.
Tenkaichi 3 was probably
Tenkaichi 2.
It was the best.
But he said 1.
I said
One was
one
ass.
for a reason though.
One was ass.
Didn't one
one
have
was
like
revolutionary.
150 characters?
Yeah. One was revolutionary, bro. Like that's what started the whole.
And so was Final
wave.
Bout. That's what got you what you got.
He's
Well,
not
if we're
wrong.
talking revolutionary,
Because
then
before Final Bout, you had Dragon Ball Legends and Ultimate Battle 22. You
And
wasn't
Budokai.
getting versus fighting
Hold on.
games like that.
Budokai.
And before
Budokai.
Tekken came along.
Dragon Ball Z
I'm sorry,
Budokai.
what you say? I said Final Bout. Before you had the 3D battlers, you had Final Bout. That was the first 3D Dragon
Okay,
Ball
what
battle.
about the one that was on Nintendo?
No, I'm saying
GameCube,
Budokai came
Game
out
Boy.
Tenkaichi.
Yeah, Budokai came out before Tenkaichi, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I say it was Dragon Ball Final Bout for me, because Final Bout started me with Dragon Ball 3D battlers,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball 3D battlers, anime 3D battlers, fighting games almost in general when it came to 3D between Tekken and Final Bout and Virtua Fighter. Those were my three introductions into 3D fighting games. I had Mortal Kombat, I had Street Fighter, but you know what I'm saying? Back in those times, those games remained 2D.
So I was gonna say, you didn't play Marvel vs. Capcom and like Marvel superheroes and shit?
Are those 3D?
No, they're 2D.
That I said 3D.
It's 2.3D. Or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? When it's like
Hustle
Hey,
trying to pad
hey.
his point. That's what's happening right now. Hustle pad
Hey,
his point.
hustle.
Hmm.
Is 2.5 less than or equal to
I'm
3?
saying 5. All right, no. He's saying 3D, right? 3D fighter would be Tekken.
He didn't answer
Yes.
Does it move in a 3D space in GT? It's a 2D space
Hold
that it
on.
moves in.
Oh, I see what Mike's saying.
Exactly. So
I
technically,
gotta
it's
look this up so I can make sure that I'm thinking about the right game. Because if I'm thinking about the right
I'm gonna be
game, I'm
real with
thinking
you.
of high
I get the
garbage.
Dragon Ball games mixed up sometimes. I haven't played.
Are
many
you
of them.
sure in Dragon Ball's GT Final Bout, with Super Baby being the extra large final boss, that they were not moving in 3D?
you cannot move in a 3D space in it. Go look up gameplay of it.
Look up gameplay. I played it. You can move up and down, but it was still a 3D model. It was my first introduction to Super Saiyan 4
I'm
Goku.
It's not 3D. It's
It's more 3D than Marvel vs. Capcom.
3D
Yeah,
in
but
graphics.
no,
Hey,
no,
Tom, what was that
no.
we got-
You're
what
using
was
3D
that game
wrong here,
called?
Tone. I'm sorry.
So was Muscle.
What
No,
was
he's
that
not.
game called? Dragon Ball GT.
GT Final Bout.
GT
PlayStation 1, bro.
Hustle is talking about a fighting game that you can move.
Dragon Ball
in
He's talking about
all dimensions.
moving on a 3D axis. I'm
Yes.
talking about characters popping out in a 3D type of space,
I gotta see this.
It's 2.5.
not a cartoon design space like Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat technically had, like, even the first Mortal Kombat was the first one, like one of the first games to try to do a realistic type of graphic style.
Yeah, didn't they
So-
do mocap?
In Tones' defense,
Oh, you gotta be trolling me right
I-
now. Are you
Visually
trolling?
speaking, sorry.
No. Go ahead, Tom.
In Tone's defense, visually speaking, I'm looking at a video now. Like the camera does move around in a 3-dimensional space, but even if you don't, like it is presented more 3-dimensional than your average like 2D fighting game. But it's probably like 2.5D.
2.5, kind of
all-
like fighters.
That's all I was
Let's
saying.
say 2.7.
I really give it a
You just wanna
2.3.
be right.
2.7.
Hey, Lo.
I would really
I'm
give it a
coming off the
2.3. I'm just being
I'm
honest.
coming off the 3.
2.3.
He said 2.3.
Are we naming fucking shit like it's the Kingdom Hearts games now? 3.3, 2.3. Come on.
2.8 rebirth.
Yeah,
See,
2.8.
Baby Cake said that he said 3D. That's what Baby
So
Cake.
The
anyway,
game does look pretty dope.
Wait, real quick. I've been over
Yeah,
here
yeah.
looking at my PS2 games, and it made me like, okay, greatest game I ever played was Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Okay.
Am I allowed to say that? Okay.
Yeah,
You are. I can agree with that.
you can have an opinion, no matter what it is.
I do agree. Grand Theft Auto 4 has the best story out of all of them.
Yeah.
But Vice City overall, with the exception of the fact you can't swim, overall, I feel like it played the best.
Did I like San Andreas' story better than 4?
You said it's San Andreas. Is
I did.
before?
I think I like San Andreas' story better than 4.
I
You know
like
what?
So
Okay,
So-
San Andreas might be the best game that I've
So,
played. Like, there
we
was just
we
so much in
related
that
to
game.
San Andreas' story.
That's
more than
why
Grand
I
Theft
like
Auto.
San Andreas better than I like 4.
we related it to that
it
story
was
way
like-
more than Grand Theft
First of
Auto.
all,
Say this though. San
Yeah.
Andreas has the best in terms of like an open world game. I still say San Andreas has the best open world.
San Andreas was the best version of the RPG Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and
We haven't gotten back to
it's
that
version of
level of
open
RPG.
world, right?
San Andreas. I mean,
not
Grand
to mention it was
Or
the
I
only
think
Grand Theft
I think
Auto that was two
story
players.
and the best rendition
that too.
of one of the cities. But San Andreas has the best overall open world,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Better than GTA 5?
Yeah.
GTA 5's world
Bro,
is trash.
We
I'm gonna be real.
better than 5.
So
I'ma be real.
when we speak about GTA 5,
Bro, it's the
we have
same
to
city.
separate-
It's the same city.
We have to
like, what are
separate
you talking
GTA
about?
5 and GTA Online. Those are two different games. We have to separate those. Now, GTA Online's sandbox is amazing. GTA 5 is
I groaned every time I had to leave Los Santos. I'm gonna be for real with you. Because it's like
It's empty out there. There's nothing there.
it's boring outside of Los Santos. Los Santos is like where all the shit happens. And I think where they went wrong with 5, and this is just my opinion. I think where they went wrong within 5's world is that you miss San Fierro and Los Venturas. They
Definitely.
try to just make Los Santos bigger by including what is it? Something County, the desert area. But there's
Blaine
nothing
County.
here. It felt like
It's a bunch of empty space. It's
it
literally
wasn't
all it is.
it's just not
Trust
used.
me, I build 5M servers. I can tell you right now that a lot of the stuff that I hid in that server was in the middle of nowhere. And where was that at? Out in the desert.
So
No one wants to go there.
all right. So let me ask you a question. If we looked at it on the Ubisoft scale of things,
Oh God.
would Grand Theft Auto 5 be a AAA game or a quadruple A game?
Grand Theft Auto,
By
any Grand Theft
Ubisoft
Auto game will
standards?
forever be if they add an extra A, which whatever, it's usually for budgets and not for the style of the game. If they add an extra A, any GTA game is going to be with that extra A. And the reason why is because of how much time, money, and resources go into every single one of those games. Rockstar has that down pat, whether it's GTA, whether it's Red Dead Redemption, both of those two major brands, they just do so much in them. There's just so much, there's such a large budget for those games that if they was to put out a bad game, like I'm saying that I don't think they can.
Dang, that sounds like somebody on Rockstar's ring pop. So anyway,
That is crazy work. That is crazy work.
Maybe AAA. Quadruple A does not exist. We're not doing that.
oh yeah. All
No.
right. So anyway, the reason I'm getting into the quadruple A again is because obviously we know that Skull and Bones was the world's first quadruple A game, and so since we know that AAA games are normally what we call the big budget games that come from the major studios, such as things like The Division or Call of Duty, etc., or even Assassin's Creed, considered a AAA game. And we've also had the conversation about quadruple A games recently on this channel. Skull and Bones had that first label after many delays, and that was their reasoning and logic for making the game $70, thinking that it was going to sell, hyping the game up, whatever the case may be. I don't think that Skull and Bones has had much success at all to this point. And so now, as we are chugging on along, basically there was a little investors meeting, and they were actually asking whether or not CD Projekt Red was going to reassess their A rating on the new Cyberpunk and the new Witcher games. And so when the exec was asked if they were going to reassess their AAA stance or AAA only stance, the executive said, "Nah, ours is going to be quintuple A." 5 A's. Now, since we know that all of these A's regard budget, why do we need increased budget on games? Like again, these games are becoming massive. Time has already told us about what happens when you have just budgets inflating more and more. Why do we need bigger budgets? Do bigger budget games mean that we get better graphics? Does it mean we get better gameplay? Does it mean we get better anything? Do we need bigger budgets?
I just need to
I'm
come
be
down, in my
honest.
opinion.
I don't think
You
we
might
do.
get the game faster. That's about it.
I'm sorry, what?
No.
Nah, I don't even see that happening. Like, I feel like the more they put into games, the more money they put into these games, the less quality they're being put out. Most of the money is going into marketing or DLC and things, so it could to where they could monetize it way down the line. I feel like the more A's they put on these games, the worse they're getting. Look at some of the best games that have been coming out recently. They're either AA or indie games, smaller development teams, smaller studios. You might get a good game from a big budget studio every once in a while nowadays, which sucks to say that, but for the most part, it's the smaller budget games that are being the hits. Look at Helldivers. Like, their budget was so small, they told people to stop buying the game until they can fix the servers.
World.
Power World, like, granted, Power World dropped off, but that's
Valheim's another one.
Did we have a conversation about Power World not being a Pokemon ripoff?
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
Okay, so why is there a Power World Go in the works?
What's that? You can capture power. You can capture powers.
In Power World's defense, there's a Monster Hunter Go. So,
well,
there was a
now.
Minecraft.
Monster Hunter now.
Earth.
I'm sorry.
What the hell was that?
Monster Hunter Now? You never heard of Monster Hunter Now?
No, Minecraft Earth.
Oh.
Minecraft Earth was a short-lived Pokemon Go style Minecraft game where you could wander around with GPS and you could. Well, it was actually really cool. You could go through. You could get that's why it doesn't exist anymore. You were able to go and it was a good game. Like you were able to go collect blocks, and the idea was that you would be able to basically build like let's say you're like a local library. You could go and you could build stuff at your local library, and then like if someone else came by and they pulled their phone out and they looked at it, it would be there. It would still be perpetually kind of be there. But like you could also have your own like little sandboxes and stuff. It was a pretty cool little thing. I think that it had tie-ins to actual Minecraft. I forget. It's been so long.
I'm surprised it didn't succeed. Because Minecraft was a big thing.
So
I would assume COVID probably didn't help.
Oh yeah. That'll squash all them plans.
Pokemon Go was an end of the moment thing, and
still going.
It still is, but now they've made it a lot easier to where you don't have to go. I mean, you can legit play Pokemon Go from the comfort of your couch now. Like, they have raid passes, they got things to where like you don't really I mean, the core of the game is still to go out, walk around, go to Pokestops and do things, but you can be lazy with it too now. COVID did that. Because they still wanted people to continue playing it during COVID. But
that's true.
Yeah, I feel like Tom said, COVID really messed because there was a Harry Potter version of that thing too.
As for,
can somebody put their car in park, please?
Triple A or whatever.
Quintuple
A.
First of all, I know Loon has a lot to say here because if I told you that the next Cyberpunk was going to be Quintuple A, Loon's face is going to twist up sideways. Okay? Look at his face. Look what he just did right now. Look what he just did.
Shut up, man.
Loon did not like Cyberpunk at all when it came out. That was not his game. He was like, bruh, this game is broke.
It's like
melted.
Like,
go ahead, Hustle.
Like, the suits just need to shut up. Go handle money. That's what you do. Stop talking about the game. Stop. Oh, ours is a septuple, quintuple, A game. Shut up. Just stop talking.
But
every time.
Light no
He's
fire.
probably one of the developers. Like they're an independently owned studio.
Was it?
I'm not sure if it was, like, even if it was one
Was
of
that
the
a Denver
suits,
investor?
I think it was like a vice president.
they don't have investors. Like they are
Oh.
independently owned. They are self-published. So like this is someone
Oh,
who works at
God.
the studio.
Oh God.
I remember what Time said about self-publishing.
Does that make it better or does that
Maybe.
make it worse?
Hold on.
Well, I mean, all right.
Let me give him grace. Maybe they said that as a joke. Maybe.
It was
No.
a joke.
What?
Oh.
all right,
CD Pro-
so-
That was
Thank
the point
God.
of it.
CD
Uh-huh.
Projekt Red don't need to make any jokes.
Apparently that was a
About-
joke they made.
Yeah.
Games like that is crazy.
They need to make good games.
Yeah,
Okay, so they were
Unless we
joking.
gonna
Thank
have-
God.
they were joking.
Yes, it was a joke about being quintuple A.
Oh,
Did it
thank
drop on
God.
He laughed it off. He was like, "Nah, ours is gonna be quintuple A because obviously triple A. You know what I mean? Like the question was more about whether or not they're gonna start considering some small budget games, like not the scale of Cyberpunk and The Witcher.
I can't see them
Well,
doing
it
that.
wasn't a joke. Oh, well, the biggest joke was a launch of the last game. Plus, you know what game I'm talking about.
See, okay, my thing is when people say that,
It worked fine for me. I'm just saying.
I sit down and I shut up when people say that. I
it
literally
worked fine for me.
never had an issue.
I was
with
on PS5, bro. I was good.
I was on PC, so
I was on the
I
I
press,
had
never
one
had
or
an
two
issue with
glitches.
Cyberpunk.
It was
because they had the press conference and they said it works great on last gen. They said that.
They did say that. They definitely said that.
They did.
So they lied. Duh.
I mean, it can't be no worse than
With the
Hello
extra
Games.
duh.
It can't be no
Okay,
worse than
okay.
Hello
I'm so
Games.
sorry.
Like
But I
Hello
will say
Games
this:
lied.
to Hello
They
Games
lied.
credit,
No.
to Hello Games credit, they literally
stuck with it,
just
though.
dropped another free expansion
Mhm.
for
That
No
is pretty
Man's Sky. They've been supporting the life out of that game.
You know,
Like-
y'all know how I feel about No Man's Sky. Like I will advocate for that game all day.
Through and through.
Loon know
Oh
how
my
I feel
God.
about No Man's Sky.
That's how you take care of your customers.
Mhm.
Loon was the only No Man's Sky believer that I ever knew back in the
Oh,
day, bro.
hold on.
No.
So
No.
I can't. I'm
No.
not listening to you.
When No
guys,
Man's
man.
Sky launched, when No Man's Sky launched, and it was bad,
It was
and
definitely
Loon
bad.
played it every day.
It was
It wasn't bad.
Loon.
It's not that it was
See?
bad. It was just
Loon. That is enough.
I
All
bought-
right, that
no,
is
no.
enough.
No,
it was
let
an
me-
empty
let me step
game.
on- Let me stand on this. When I bought No Man's Sky, in my mind, it was a grown man's Minecraft. That's
Not
I knew
wrong.
what I wanted, and I bought it. All the extra crap y'all talking about, hey, that's on y'all.
So
I ain't
so
gonna lie,
I
don't
kind of
remember
agree with
very
him.
good. I don't remember very good base
But
building
the
elements in
one
that game when it
thing
first
that
dropped. I
I
don't remember
did
that.
want out of that game that it didn't have when it first dropped was multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That was the
But-
one thing that it was just like, but besides, it worked. It was literally.
it worked. Say it again. It worked. Man.
I stuck by his side the whole through and through. So
CD Projekt Red. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
Whoa! It didn't work for you.
No,
It
worked
worked
for
for
No,
me.
no. Because there was also
in
versions
the beginning.
Hold
where
on.
people was messing up. Like it was even messing up on PC, like high power
Who-
PC.
everybody would have been good if they would have came out and said, "This ain't gonna work on last gen." You got
Hold on.
Honestly, no. They should have canceled last
No.
year.
Does
So,
anybody
no,
remember
or-
the Witcher launch?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just as bad.
it
or
wasn't
what they
though.
could have done. They
You
could
ain't
have
you
done-
ain't never
was.
see Roach flying in the sky?
I mean, I did, but
Oh,
Those
yeah.
were-
No, Witcher
those-
3 was a buggy
those was
mess.
funny glitches. So okay, here's the difference between those two types of glitches.
That's what
Alright?
CD Projekt Red
The one-
does. They launch buggy messes that are great
The
games.
one in The Witcher. Hold on though, because the one in The Witcher was like hysterical. You know what I'm saying? Like it was
Did
a
you
funny
fight?
glitch. Like you would see it. Yeah,
Okay.
it was
What
rough.
people
You know what I'm
you
saying?
were?
But
What was you playing on Xbox?
PlayStation. When I played The Witcher 3 for the first time, it was on PlayStation.
Look at that. You actually had a PlayStation.
Yeah, I've
Wow.
always been a PlayStation person, bro. I've had one Xbox my entire life. I hate Xbox.
So what I honestly think CD Projekt Red should have done, they should have took a page out of Warner Brothers book and delayed the last gen.
Whoa.
Harry Potter,
Hold
Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm sorry, not you. I'm sorry, not you.
Nah,
Accountant came through.
No, hold on.
And-
First of all, I'm not even a
talking about
Cowboy
the
fan, bro. I'm not even a Cowboy fan, yo. My brother played for the Cowboys, so I just got all that gear. I am a Pittsburgh Steelers. Matter of fact,
Can you please take that off?
Whoa.
Thank you.
Whoa. First of all,
Thank
don't
you so much.
Now I gotta take that
please
head off.
do not disrespect my
I'm
boy.
getting labeled as a
Thank
Cowboy
you
fan.
so
I'm
much.
disgusted.
Hey,
I'm
Blake,
disgusted.
step on it.
What's up?
Goji,
Yeah, step on it.
Goji.
Step on, stand on being
Go
We
ahead.
cool.
Go ahead.
that you want.
I don't want to disrespect. I'm just saying we don't want to disrespect nobody's anything.
I mean, I bet you would say
I felt
that.
hurt.
Touche.
I bet you would say that, and I can't wait till we kick y'all's head in this year.
But yeah,
Who the fuck is who the fuck is losing to the Steelers ever?
What?
My team
mean-
probably.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. You said that like we be having like losing records and stuff. Like people lose to us every year. At least 8 of them. At least 8 teams every year. At least 8 teams every year.
My team is a pack of
That's a good
bums.
one.
Like
That would be honest. At least 8 of them.
that's respectable.
like, I don't even argue that. People are like,
Yeah,
this team is
I'm
trash. I'm like, yeah, I know. I say it all the
acceptable.
time.
Hold on, who's your team?
Like we're not about
The
to sit
Jets.
here and
Damn, trash.
honor Pop's Eagles fan.
Hey,
Like no, don't do
I like
this.
being on the
Like you
podcast.
stay over there, bro.
Listen, I don't got no static for the Eagles. There's 2 teams I ain't got nothing to say about: San Fran and the Eagles. Because the last 2 or 3 times we played them, it looked like an NFL team against a high school team. I'm just saying, I don't know
The
what.
Eagles are actually a good team.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Yeah.
should be better this year on paper.
They're
On
better than my
paper.
fucking team. That's for damn sure.
Oh, you said who's your
Bruh.
team again?
The Jets, bruh. My team is
Actually,
awful.
y'all might actually be good this year, but we'll see. 'Cause
I
y'all might be
I
good
don't
every
have high
year, and y'all never good. It's crazy.
Y'all are cursed. Y'all are cursed.
Y'all
Look,
like-
if I,
y'all
if
like
I
the
keep my
Chargers.
expectations low,
Whoa,
then I can
That
only
was
be
crazy.
surprised.
because the Chargers be looking good
It don't never do
and
nothing.
they don't ever get there. Whereas the Jets, they think they good and they got the curse on them.
Who's they? Because it ain't the fans.
I said they got the curse on them.
Nah,
Like,
last
bruh,
year y'all Jets
y'all
fans was
recruited
the
half
losers.
of
People
the
always
Bears.
think we good.
Y'all stole half of the Packers team.
Y'all thought
And then what
y'all
happened
thought
game
y'all
one?
had something last year too. Y'all
Aaron
were so
Rodgers
confident.
accused-
So Aaron Rodgers got
Y'all was
injured
so
the first
confident
game.
until
First
Game
game.
one.
First
I was
game.
like, yeah, that's about it.
He got
First
injured 4 plays into the game.
I was like, yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
The
Jets thing right
greatest
there.
thing he did for the Jets is hold the American flag.
That's it. That's it.
It's the greatest thing he did for the Jets.
I
Might
can't
be the
even
greatest
argue
thing
that.
he ever do.
I can't argue. Mans was out first game. I was like, all right, well,
I'm gonna
my
tell you
hopes
now,
for
he's
the
not
season
coming
was
back
already
the same.
gone first game. That's great.
He's not coming back the same either, bro. He's gonna come back.
And he's
to
like
sell
40
us.
years old.
Yep, he's done.
Hey, oh, we're not gonna bring age into this right now. Hey,
Yeah,
Tom,
he's 40.
what you got going on over there? You still thinking about budgets?
No. Every time I tried talking, I got talked over, so I just kept my mouth shut.
I apologize. I don't think it's you know.
No, it's all good.
Kidding.
Let him
I don't-
cook. It
No,
might
I don't
have
have
been me.
anything that I lost it. I ain't got anything.
About budgets.
I don't know. I generally think budgets need to come down. But CD Projekt is a bit of a rare case. As I was saying before, they fund themselves. It's not like they have a publisher breathing down their necks. So they know how much money they have to work with. So if ultimately that would end up being a joke, but like CD Projekt, by example, like if they say like CD Projekt CD Projekt Red is typically a studio that actually, I think, makes really good games for reasonable budgets comparatively. Like, I have to look into it, but I remember being blown away by the Witcher 3 budget. Yeah, they developed The Witcher 3 on a $81 million budget over 3.5 years.
That's actually really low.
Yeah,
Extremely low.
that's it's one of the the problems they ran into with Cyberpunk were a bit of an anomaly of a growing studio. A lot of studios, in my experience, go that start off, from the bottom, so to speak, and work their way up. They wind up going through this growing period where they're getting used to having more staff, and they're getting used to this new environment of development they're in now, and communication breaks down, and they're not quite used to things. I think the later parts of Cyberpunk are going to be more representative of what we can expect from them as opposed to what the ship was. I think they have a much healthier working culture these days, is what it sounds like. I still hear some reports, like in different publications, about like some potential issues. But if there's one studio that I don't think we need to worry about them scaling back on budget, I feel like CD Projekt is probably one of them. I think they're probably pretty solid. They're not like an Ubisoft.
I knew it was coming. I was just waiting on it.
Yikes!
Well, what you said, right?
The UB slander.
Is completely right. They just need to shut up. Because that.
I mean, it was their own
Cyberpunk
personal meeting. It
joint?
wasn't even an interview. It was.
Like they over talked themselves into a corner. Because if it would have came out the state that it came out and they didn't do or say the stuff, that would have been. I don't think it would have been that bad.
I mean,
Oh, you're talking about marketing hype.
I feel like it still would have been that.
Well,
I'm
no,
sorry, what you say,
tell
Goji?
me.
Goji can go first.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I still feel like there would have been a backlash. With the length it took for Cyberpunk to come out and the amount of time people waited for that game. Even if they didn't make all the promises of, yeah, you're gonna be able to climb with the Mantis blades and third person view and multiplayer and all that, I still feel like with the way people complained about the game first coming out, I feel like it would have been even worse because with them making the promises they made, it gave people something to look forward down the line to, because you trust CD Projekt Red. You trust CD Projekt Red. I mean, they've given you The Witcher 3, one of the greatest games of all time. So when they tell you they're going to do something, you're more inclined to listen to it, as opposed to if they were just like, surprise, we got this game coming out, Cyberpunk, and it shipped in the bad state that it did. But like I was going to say earlier, I feel like what Hogwarts Legacy and what WB did as far as delaying like the old generation version of it and just putting out the PS5, the series, and the PC version, polishing the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One version, and then releasing it is something CD Projekt Red probably would have benefited from. Granted, at the time there were way less people with PlayStation 5s and Series X's. Maybe that would have messed with sales, with them not dropping it for at the time it was the current generation. But I still feel like you would have had a better reception if you said, okay, we don't think that it's ready for this generation console. It is ready for the next gen consoles. We're going to hold off on it for a little bit. I feel like you would have got a little more they would have got a little more leeway than just saying, okay, we're just going to drop this. And everybody on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One complaining about the game. A lot of people on PC complaining about it, and it wasn't a lot of people with next gen at the time. So you didn't really have those numbers, and you didn't even have a next gen version out. You put the last gen version on the PS5 and the Xbox XFOs.
It's entirely possible. I am talking out my ass with this. I want to be incredibly clear. This is speculation, but it's entirely possible. Maybe they have NDAs to prevent them from saying certain kinds of things when they're making these kinds of announcements. Like, it's entirely possible that not even from an NDA perspective, from a PR perspective, it probably doesn't instill much consumer confidence to outright admit that previous gen is struggling at any point. It was a stupid decision to release it in the condition it released in. Let's be clear about that. But it sounds like they didn't have a choice. From what I was, if I'm not mistaken. Overall, I agree. They shouldn't have. The right move would have been to not hype it up too much. But like, this is where like the complicated nature comes in. It's like, you're right. They should not have hyped it up. They should have been more honest. But if they couldn't be more honest, but they need to hype the game up to try and sell more units so they can sell enough units to be able to fix the game. Because they need to make the money back now to fund the development of fixing the game so they can sell more units to fund their next game, because they are independently funded. So they don't have like that safety to have a developer or a publisher. Like, they don't have to sit down and have a publisher to be like, oh yeah, sure, here's another $200 million. It's whatever they have in the bank is what they have in the bank. And like, they also have to fund like GOG, which I'm sure makes them a crap ton of money. I'm sure that's probably a different pool of money, but like, it's a whole thing. It doesn't excuse any of it, but it's just complicated.
Wait, they own GOG? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they own GOG.
Oh shit.
I was applying for jobs there.
Well, goddamn. I mean, I get it with the people who were disappointed with the game, and maybe they overhyped it a little bit. Possibly. Maybe. Again, we got two different experiences. My experience, I was pleasantly surprised with it. I loved it. That's me. I had minimal problems. But I understand from your perspective, your experience with it was not it. Understand that. Shouldn't have released it on last gen. I'm be real. They should have just canceled it. Just been like, look, the game's not to our standards. We feel sorry for you guys. We apologize. We're giving full refunds on last gen. Or if you want, we can upgrade you for free to the next gen version of it. Or something like that.
Should have got a PS5 early.
Well, Tone.
People couldn't get one.
Unlike
You gotta be faster than that. Click faster on the pre-order.
I'm not going to snitch on someone here today, but someone, for us regular people, regular schmegglers, we didn't have bots.
I didn't have a bot neither.
All right.
I got in on the pre-order, sir.
How'd you get on the pre-order versus everybody else?
It's
I
all
don't know how everybody else didn't. I watched the show, and then all of a sudden, everybody started talking. Oh, they put out pre-orders early, and so I went to Target.com and I pre-ordered.
How? The rest of us did too, and it literally shut down within like a minute of it going on sale.
I'm fast. What do you think?
What the fuck? Okay.
I don't even know how them bots work.
All right, Quicksilver.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Flash.
All right, Cyborg.
And the pre-orders were up for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lie.
That is the truth. They put them up early because Sony said that they were going to be putting out the pre-orders 2 days after the announcement or whatever. They said pre-orders are going to go up on such and such a day. All the stores was like, nah, we're doing it now. When I heard we doing it now, I said, all right, I got it.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely. Sometimes you got to hit refresh until it actually lets you go through, even when it says it's sold out.
Okay, brother.
Trust me, I do it all the time now.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Anyway, so I think that we're done talking about
Bots. I'm
no,
still
we're
mad
not
at
done,
you.
we're not done talking about bots. Me and bots got beef. Sandland. It was one of Akira Toriyama's last projects. It actually has an anime, dubbed, subbed. I believe there's like 9 episodes already available on Crunchyroll, and I believe there's a video game coming out with if it's not already out.
Oh yeah, I know it was a manga first, and then they announced the game. I didn't know they announced an anime for it.
Oh no, there's an anime out. There's 9 episodes out
Oh,
already.
shit. You seen it yet?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
I do plan on watching it though, because it looks pretty dope.
I don't know if Sandland is complete, so I was going to give it like another week or so and kind of wait to see if there were any more episodes coming. Because if there were more episodes coming, then I was going to watch it all and like.
I think the manga is done for Sandland. I think it's like fully completed.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that would have
they
been
should have
Toriyama,
completed anime.
my Toriyama send off. So, if anybody is interested, Sandland is already on Crunchyroll. You can start watching it.
I will be watching it.
Also,
get in the game eventually.
I found out that Toriyama did not understand the hype behind One Piece until he found his child reading it.
Until he what?
Until he found his child reading it.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Then he picked it up. Yeah, he picked it up and started
That's
reading it too.
segue. I
He
was
was
like,
like, oh, now I get it. Like,
Imagine writing one of the greatest
One Piece got big
mangas.
real fast.
Imagine writing one of the greatest mangas of all time, and you walk in on your child reading somebody else's manga. Just like this guy.
That's
What
like-
What the hell is this?
That's like being a famous rapper, and then you come into your son's room and he's listening to like your number one enemy.
Oh, you mean like if Biggie walked in on his son listening to Tupac?
Nah, more
St.
like
Evans.
No, it'd be
Nah,
more
more
like
like-
if Biggie walked in on his
Listening to
like
Tupac is crazy.
Cardi
It'd be
B
more
or
like-
Lotto.
My what?
it'd be more like Drake's son walking in and listen. When he gets in there, he's listening to Kendrick Lamar. It'd be like more like that.
Or worse, listening to Pusha T. That literally would be like. It'd be like his son. It'd be like Drake's son listening to Pusha T.
A little boy. Let me tell you something.
Drake would
You
cry.
don't listen to him.
You
not
gotta
in
put-
this- not in this house.
It's like, son, don't you want to read this? Don't you want to read Dragon Ball? Dad made this. Now I want to read One Piece.
You know what? I think that we need to go to a commercial break.
Get your ass out.
Oh my gosh!
We have sponsors?
No.
Oh.
Like me.
Oh, yo, let's
No,
go. We got
no.
sponsors, baby.
I
This is
wish.
sponsored by
I wish.
Positive
Could you
Thinking.
imagine? But speaking of commercial breaks, we all know that ad revenue is kind of something that's a major thing when it comes to gaming.
In general.
When it comes to anything, like when it came to cable, like most of your TV shows had commercials. But then, yes, all right, I got a theory. So, what if Netflix was a social project? What if Netflix's social project was to find out or to figure out how much money people would pay to get away from commercials?
It's diabolical, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
Like, legitimately, when Netflix came out and they proposed their $7.99 contracts and their $7.99 plans or whatever, and people jumped on it. Oh, I get to watch whatever movie I want. I can pick from a catalog. I don't have to worry about commercials, this and that. Hulu came out behind them and they included commercials in their plan. Hulu obviously didn't get to be as popular, but Hulu also didn't have as big of a library.
There's also a different kind of service.
Yeah.
This is true. Because Hulu will also let you do live TV at this point. Either way, now Netflix has a plan with ads because their prices have gone so high that they're like $30 a month. But if you want to go with ads and you want low quality TV, and it's crazy to say that 1080p or 720p is low quality, but If you want to go with like a lower definition, then you can get a Netflix plan with ads for like $7, $8 a month. Okay. So the real question that we have is, it's actually been said that, Discord will start adding ads in, even though that is nothing but a kind of a social app, and they've been against ads since their introduction, but they're going to start potentially adding ads in that you will see randomly throughout your usage of it. And in addition, Roku, they actually put out a patent where it was introducing technology where if you had something plugged into the HDMI, if it was paused content, like say right now my PlayStation is on my television, it's on, it's paused, it's sitting on an anime, and the Roku TV reads what's coming through the HDMI, and while the content is paused, it will provide me with a commercial or ads, targeted ads, based upon what is paused on the screen.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all. As someone who sits with his console idle, like random, like I'll turn my console on and be like, I'm about to play this, pick up my phone, and then next thing you know, it's 2 hours later and I haven't even picked the game. I don't want to hear random commercials in my background. And that's...
Imagine you watching a movie on Netflix.
But what if that's bringing in more revenue for the TV makers? Like it's Roku.
Let's say
or
your
TCL.
PlayStation is sitting in the background, right? And it just is in sleep mode. And it has a silent ad or just a photo ad, or some quiet in the background, it's just going off. Would it really bother you that much? Because
Nah.
that money coming from that ad is going to fund.
It depends on how egregious it is. They can get wild. Like, I was just thinking about like how Discord would implement them, and I was thinking along the lines of how Twitter, X, and Instagram do, where you're just scrolling, then bam, just some random thing. Like next thing you know, we're typing a bunch of messages in Discord, and just to break between those messages, we just get a random ad for Crunchyroll or Prime energy drink. I don't know, but just it depends on how egregious it gets.
So let me ask a couple of questions. First of all, I have an opinion when it comes to ads. If I bought your product, I paid straight up for your product. A Roku television is not a service. It is an item, which means that I paid my money for it. I should have ownership of the item. I'm not using the Roku portion. I have something plugged in HDMI. So I think that would be against my own privacy policies or whatever privacy policy you're putting out, which of course they will amend so that they can slide their ads in there. But I do think that it's an invasion of my privacy for you to force ads when I'm not even using a service. That's me.
Like imagine you just, you get done with a movie, you hop in the shower after the movie, and next thing you know, you hear an ad on the TV. Hey, you in the shower? Is your skin getting dry?
I mean, our phones are pretty close. Our phones are pretty close to that, though.
Like,
They
I
are.
know because my phone definitely has already done that. That ad is a real ad that I heard when I was in the shower from my phone. Like I was listening to YouTube. I'm a shower singer. I be in the shower singing my ass off. All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
When I tell you I was in the shower and it was like, hey, you in the shower?
Oh no!
I was like, what? He was like,
Do you have your loofah?
He was like,
I mean, I don't like the
is
fact
your
that
skin dry from the soap that you use? It was a Dr. What is
Dr.
it?
Squatch?
Dr. Squatch.
Oh God.
It was a Dr. Squatch commercial.
like I don't like
Trying
the
to tell
fact
you
that
bars or
Facebook
something.
listens to my conversations, and then next thing I know, I have targeted ads on some shit I just spoke about, not even directly to the phone, but it picked it up like around me.
I did buy me like 2 things of Dr. Squatch after that.
Like I think that's
No,
actually
you fell for the
disgusting.
trap.
Yeah, they got me.
I really
Subliminal messaging.
Hold on. Let Tom talk.
data scares me. The amount of data that's collected on like everything you do is kind of scary for me. Just because, like, let's say you're playing a video game, right? Let's say you're playing some random PlayStation game, right? Every second these days, your IP address is being sent, your PlayStation's like individual like IDs being sent, your location's being sent, your internet service provider information's being sent, and then like every single input that you make into that system is being sent to somewhere. Every click of a button, every analog movement. If you have peripherals hooked up, you better believe that data is being sent. And they get to hide behind this blanket TOS and these different random things, and
Privacy.
I don't know,
etc.
yeah, I don't know. I really don't know the average consumer really understands how much data is being tracked at all times.
They don't.
It's one of the reasons why like Reddit started charging and for their API usage. It's why some of the Reddit apps are gone. It's why Twitter is charging, because like between artificial intelligence and just like data brokers, these people are out here scraping all this information constantly. It's nuts.
I might be part of the problem.
That is very true. Like Facebook just got in trouble for that shit. Just got in trouble for some shit that got uncovered too. Just like literally like last week.
Yeah.
And the crazy part
honest.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
my bad.
No, you
No,
go.
you good.
I was just gonna say it's insane how much these people get away with. And the data gets used for good stuff too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they do use the data in ways to improve products, and they do use the data in ways to try and figure out what gaps in their services they have. But there's a whole bunch of nefarious stuff I feel like the data gets used for too. Like, not evil, just like you guys talked about.
The dark web.
Oh no, there's some mustache twirling evil things going on with.
Well, like at one point, Twitter was able to, like, way back in the day before Elon took over. Twitter had like just a ton of different buckets for their users. They bucketed them in from their data, and they were able to down to the way you used your phone. They were able to like hypothesize people that were at a party and looking at their cell phone, but act to look busy, but didn't actually have anything on. Like, that was a category of person. Of like, because of the fact that they were able to get like background information from your phone, like the pitch, the yaw, and whether or not the screen was activated or not. So like they were able to basically start bucketing, and they would do things like, well, if they were in like a certain location, proximity of users that they're not normally in proximity of, then they were probably at a party or something. And like, it's insane the level of detail these places can get.
That's actually, and it's sad because like the world is marketing this information. Like, this whole thing about TikTok even is, and I know they're saying that it's about the money, you know what I'm saying? It is about the money, but you don't want to give that much information to one of your biggest enemies in the world. Like, you just don't. So they're willing to. You said what? I know, bro. I'm just saying
4 episodes late on this.
It's just that we talking about it, you know, and that's just like the most recent, you know, idea that I can get behind it is TikTok, because, you know, they doing the exact same thing. Like, the first big red flag to us from TikTok was the idea of them stealing data, sending it to China or whatever it was, as if every other social media site didn't do it. It only became Frontline because it wasn't an American, you know, company.
Yeah, Facebook's been sending our private messages to Netflix for like years that we just now found out was happening. Like, all your DMs that you thought were private, they've been getting sent to Netflix by Facebook. And I'm like, how
You
is
should've
this
known.
not something that someone's gonna get in trouble for? Like, you should definitely get in trouble for that. So you're selling our private messages, our DMs.
My
To
thing
a
is,
whole
what are
nother
they
company.
doing with those messages?
Wait, what?
Like, what are they doing with those messages? Like, are you tailoring your algorithm towards what people are
Basically-
you know, they got somebody in there
Basically
saying
for
you.
marketing purposes.
nudes and stuff
But
being
still.
sent through DMs, and y'all out here just
Like, it was for marketing purposes, and they also colluded with each other for Facebook to shut down their stream. Not the was it their streaming? It was like remember there were shows that
the
were used. They used to
Facebook
come on
TV
Facebook.
thing? Yeah.
That got shut down by Netflix. It's like a whole big thing between them. Like, you can go read up on it. It's just
I never knew that. I remember when it
I don't
shut
like
down.
the fact that you can sell my private messages from Facebook to another company.
Sell
you don't
my
get punished
13
for it?
messages and stuff.
But
Like, you're not brought up in court. You have to sit in front of a whole committee to explain yourself.
In other words,
Explain
Chad,
these
both-
thirsty DMs, like
Both Zuckerberg and Ted Sarandos should be sitting in front of a whole bunch of people in a courtroom explaining that entire thing.
aren't they already?
I don't know if they are.
And they in front of Congress?
in other words, chat, read the TOS from now on.
Honestly.
or you'll become a human.
It don't. It,
synthesizer.
it does mean something because I'm pretty sure that TOS it has somewhere in that fine print that your information is being shipped. They can't do it.
Well,
That's the only way they can protect themselves.
I'm sorry, that was
Here's
a
the
wrong.
problem.
That was a wrong.
even
word.
if it's included in there, right?
People still
If
going
you
click
choose not
accept.
to, if you chose not to accept that agreement, you can't use that product.
Yeah, you
Yep.
recognize service.
You're not free to use the product. So
You're free
all of
to
these
buy the
privacy
product.
contracts that they put out there, all of these privacy contracts and things of that nature, and how we're using your information, you can always say no, but just know that you will be denied usage of any of those products where you did not agree to the terms of service.
Listen, I'm not going to incriminate myself, but I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna get it. Trust me. You. Hey, listen. I try not to incriminate myself, but it ain't much
But
I
I got
can't
a
get
question.
into.
Cause I think I talked to y'all, either y'all, Tom, or Tom, about ads and lives, like live service games.
Oh, right.
Mm.
Would it, because it would be money funneled into that live service game, right? So, yeah, what's y'all opinion on that?
Once again, it's about how egregious they are with it. If I'm playing a game like Destiny and they give ships with special branding on them, or when I'm flying through, you know, when you're in orbit or you're going to another planet and that little cutscene, they decide, hey, let's make a ship go by that plays a little video. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know,
But what if they
it's
put full-blown commercials instead of loading screens?
I mean, technically,
That's gonna kill the game.
That's
Here's the
egregious.
here's the thing.
Right.
Fortnite technically already has done that. Like the
I
little
think
collaboration.
2K has done things like that too.
Yeah. Like Fortnite already did that with the little collaboration with Shell Gas Company. Like that's literally just one big in-game ad.
It depends on the type of game. Like I said, I think 2K has done things like that to where they've had like commercials in where the loading screens are. Cool, that's a sports game. Everything about sports is about advertising and entertainment and all that.
Well, yeah, they have in-product, product
But-
advertisement in there too, like product placement
Okay.
is all over
But
those.
to
games.
be playing Destiny and to go from the tower to Mars, and in between there, they're like, "Here's a commercial for Prime."
Okay, I got. Which it might need to go to time for the answer. But let's say Destiny, right? And it has, let's say Mountain Dew, like a just in-game, in-lore type of ad, would that work? Would that be not too egregious, or would that even be possible?
I personally don't think. I didn't have a problem with the advertising in what was it, Final Fantasy 15. I didn't have a problem with the camping gear or like the instant noodles or anything like that. Like, I think you can do advertisements in entirely tasteful ways. And frankly, I would prefer them find clever ways to throw advertising and stuff if it means if it means a game can sell, hypothetically, if it takes a game from having to sell 3 million units to 1.5 million units, right, like to break even, I'm all for that. If it can lessen the aggressive nature of microtransactions, I'm all for it. But again, it comes down to being aggressive with the marketing. I don't think having in-game items would be a bad thing. I don't even know if if you have like a load screen for something, I don't even know if I hate the idea of throwing an advertisement on load screens. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I had advertisements on a pause menu. It's stuff that takes you out of the game that I would have an issue with. And stuff that is noticeably a terrible experience. If I have a game on pause and they throw like a Doritos commercial, a Doritos advertisement in like the lower right corner or the upper right corner, I don't know if I'm gonna hate that. I might hate it. It could be awful, but so long as it doesn't detract from the gameplay, I really don't care.
I mean, mobile games already do this.
I was always, and I
Mobile
was
games
actually,
are egregious with it. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they are.
I don't want it
But
to
I
be
was
like
actually
that.
talking about
As long as it's not like
this-
mobile game bad.
I was actually talking about this with a couple of my dev buddies because of the new TOS that they have with Red M and 5M. Because of course Rockstar has put a new terms of service on the modded servers of Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto to
Didn't
make it to
Rockstar
where
buy Red M and 5M?
yeah they bought CFX and then they put a brand new terms of service out on there to prevent people from putting real life cars and real life stuff in their games, or they'll just snatch their server down. And it brought up the conversation about how games like those large, massive open world games are like a prime place to put these type of ads. Why? Because you can simply put them in the open world. There's billboards everywhere. There's windows everywhere with TVs in them, and stuff like that. There's cars that drive on the street. Like you can subtly implement a lot of ads, and it'll still be a part of the gameplay.
Because those ads would fit in that world, right?
Right.
Yeah. If
So
I'm
I think
playing,
it should be based on that area, like what game it is. If you are gonna put an ad in it,
You
it
can
needs to be
put
something along the lines of that fits in that game.
Hold on.
Ad in Red Dead Redemption. That wouldn't make sense.
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't.
But you can put a
Grand
Coca-Cola
Theft
ad
but
in
if
Auto.
there.
I'm playing Grand Theft Auto online
put a
and I'm
Coca-Cola
listening
ad.
to the radio,
When do you think
and
Coca-Cola came out?
1915.
No,
Not
like
that Coca-Cola.
like 18
Coke.
fucking something.
Coca-Cola was not like
Yeah.
It was like 18 something.
Coke.
Now, the
Yeah,
original
Coke.
Coca-Cola came out before
The
the
original,
year.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
with
Hold on,
special
wait.
ingredients.
Let me
It
look
was
it up.
it was like early,
Wasn't it a
late
medicine?
1800s. I don't know if it
Yeah, it
was
started
medicine.
out as a medicine with a special ingredient in it.
Yeah, John
1880,
Pemberton was the inventor of it.
but it was it was first served in May 8th, 1886 at Jacob's Pharmacy in Atlanta, Georgia.
And the game of
sorry.
and the game itself of Red Dead is set in the late 1890s. So it would make sense to put a Coke ad in there.
But it
would
was a
make
medicine.
sense. Yeah, but
Basically, he was a
just the
snake oil
brand,
salesman.
just the brand. Even
Coca-Cola is
firearms,
snake
Smith and
oil.
Wesson,
Too, so-
like you got firearms that you can put
What's up,
ads marked
Taco?
for. You got certain foods and stuff like that. Certain
No offense.
like there's a lot of different things. Even the first
That's-
blueprint of the very first model car, the Model T, came out I think like 15 years after the timing of Red Dead Redemption 2, which means
But
that
that's
Red Dead
another
Redemption
thing.
1.
You know that the Ford Model T wasn't the first car.
Well, yeah, but it was. Wait, what?
Thought it was.
No. Mercedes had the first car. The Ford Model T was the first mass-produced car.
Oh,
No.
right.
But
That
I
makes
just thought
sense.
about
But that's another thing. The type of commercials or things will matter because, like Blick just said, Smith and Wesson, these are still video games. Do you want to put? There are certain things that you don't want to put to advertise to. Technically, you're selling these games to kids. Even though I read that as a rated M game, it's more for adults, but still, we know. Come on now, we was all playing Grand Theft Auto when we was kids. Imagine if in the middle of playing San Andreas on the radio, you just get an advertisement for a Glock. Know what I'm saying? Or
You can buy this at your local store in real life. You can.
But I mean, that'd be a moral thing,
That's
right?
irresponsible as hell.
You know what I mean? But like if I'm playing a game like Grand Theft Auto Online and I'm listening to the radio and a random advertisement comes on, I won't think too much of it because you can turn the radio off, you can get out the car. I mean, or you can keep doing your thing. So
Plus, we
the
listen to those
context.
ads.
You said what?
Those ads, and it's crazy because in Grand Theft Auto, we listen to the ads. Like when we turn the radio on, we're not listening to the radio for the music in Grand Theft Auto. It's the hilarious ads. The
Are you
ads
sure
are-
they were fake, Pops?
Oh, all right.
Are you sure they were fake?
You said what?
In the chat, Pop said, I mean, they did have ads in GTA, but they were fake. Are we sure they were fake?
Not all of them.
Not all
Exactly.
of them. Some of them was
Not all of them. Some of them was
I
real.
believe.
Now, will the addition of the ads deter people from using these products that I just mentioned earlier? Discord, like Discord laid off 17% of their workforce. Like, do you think ads can actually help Discord out?
I feel
would
like
think
but the layoffs go back to what Time was saying before, like numerous times of like them just possibly them overhiring people for that they didn't really need.
Time has a little something to say.
I actually, are we talking about Discord here still?
Yeah.
I apologize. I zoned out for a second here. Sorry, there's a lot of wrestling stuff going on. There's a lot of wrestling stuff going on.
We're gonna get to that. No.
I know. You don't understand. The footage dropped. Anyway,
Hold on, let me. No,
What
go ahead.
footage dropped? Can we roll the
ahead.
footage? Never mind. I'm sorry.
No,
nah. So
No, I was just saying, like, does this save Discord at least a little bit? Like, after that 17% workforce
well,
layoff.
I mean, so here's the deal, right? Like, they maybe I don't know shit about Discord. I don't know anything about them. It is expensive to run these applications. Like,
this is one
if
reason
they
I
need
pay
to
for Nitro.
if they need to run ads, then fucking run ads. Like, if you need to, if that's what you need to do to save your fucking business, that's fine. I would prefer it if people would just sign up for Nitro. That'd be easier. This is a free service at the end of the day they provide people, and it is a really awesome service they provide people. I would like it if they were better about privacy, in terms of, handing stuff over to the government. But outside of that, I think they're one of the best services right now. I think that it just sucks that they have to lay people off right now. But I have no idea what's up. It's possible they were looking at new programs, like for a while. I'm not sure if they still have this or not, but they were dipping their toes into game distribution.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still have games on there or not. I haven't
think they
seen them
do.
advertised. I'm checking.
They have like Discord like games, but I don't know if they have like games. I don't know.
well, since we
No,
have-
they were like trying
since-
to be like an actual.
Basically
Like,
another
Like a publisher
launcher.
like Epic.
I thought they were. Maybe I was wrong about that, but either way, they may have been trying new projects out, and they just ultimately decided to not do those projects. I don't know.
But since we're talking about Discord, let's promote our Discord. It will be in the chat, and you should definitely join.
And yes, Pop Chicken actually does exist, and I used to go there all the time.
Oh, Cluck you and Denellen?
Man, WWE's
gone
advertisement's really
now.
evolved over the years.
Yeah.
I know you guys were talking about the Prime on the canvas, but I mean, even last year at I forget which event it was. I think it may have been Royal Rumble. They had like the Slim Jim. No, they had like the Mountain Dew Blackout match, which was a Bray Wyatt match where like the entire match was themed after Pitch Black. They had like a Royal Rumble themed match, or not Royal Rumble, a Slim Jim themed match at one point where like
They
the
had a
wrestlers
Slim
were
Jim match
competing
at
for
WrestleMania, right?
a Slim Jim contract. So
Speaking of which,
advertisements are
didn't a
so
lot
weird.
happen in the WWE recently?
They
Oh,
had
wow.
a Slim Jim match at WrestleMania where somebody won a Slim Jim car.
Well, it
Yeah,
wasn't a
but-
Slim Jim match. It was like a segment, but
It
yeah.
it was sponsored by Slim Jim.
Yeah. It was sponsored by Slim Jim.
Well,
I mean,
LA
I
Knight's
have-
got
they-
himself a Slim Jim car now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've had a long
Let him
standing
drive it.
WWE and Slim Jim since like the fucking 80s.
Macho Man.
They stopped it for a while, and then LA Knight became like the new face of it last year. Like I
Yeah.
forget where it was. I think it was like SummerSlam.
And they
He
and they put in Macho Man footage. So that makes me happy.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Um,
like I said, a lot happened in WWE this weekend, right?
Well, yeah, Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
finished the story.
The story is over.
New
The
ones
what?
begins.
Undertaker popped up.
Segment.
And John Cena came back too. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
Yep.
John Cena got
he's-
rock bottomed.
He's teasing one last run next year. But the big thing right now is Cody Rhodes finishing the story, and then today, All Elite Wrestling shot themselves in the foot.
Today?
So, yeah, just about a half hour ago. That's why I've been a little distracted. I've been lost in that because today was so. Context for you wrestling fans out there and folks who don't know much about wrestling. All Elite Wrestling is the kind of like the B promotion in wrestling right now, soon to be a C or D, where they were kind of like really hot for a little bit, and at some point, the indie darlings who help run the place, the Young Bucks. I appreciate everything they've done for the industry. Without them and Cody Rhodes, we don't have wrestling being hot as hell right now. But they decided it'd be a smart idea to drive off their biggest draw and CM Punk from that place. And since then, he is their biggest draw to date. Like tonight, they decided to try and pop a rating by showing backstage footage of CM Punk beating the shit out of one of their boys. And he already came out and admitted it last week. Yeah. So CM Punk got fired because he doesn't play well with others sometimes. Basically, well, all right. So like, all right, I'm going to ask you guys here for a quick, okay? Y'all are from, like, you know, from like Jersey, New York, all around that area, right?
Yep.
A motherfucker says to you the words, kind of like this. And if you have a problem, come say it to my face.
Oh,
Hey, yo,
Okay.
whoa.
okay. I sure will. I definitely will. Look, come here.
Now-
Come here. Let me talk to you about
Now-
your rental agreement.
Well, all right. So real quick, right? So now, what do you think is going to happen if you go barging into that guy's locker room?
I'm gonna explain to him about his extended warranty.
Mm-hmm. Let me talk to you about your extended warranty for
I
sure.
was playing
Yeah.
about our father.
Five knuckles to the cheek.
Christ.
Yeah. So, like, you go in there, right? Hearing someone say that,
Yeah.
do you think it's possible there's a fight that's going to happen?
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. I would be surprised if it's not.
So people in the white collar world seem to not understand what real people are like, and they think that you can just go around fucking saying shit like they think that when a guy says that you're not going to get hands if you go barging into his locker room. Now, what do you think is going to happen if his dog accidentally gets hit in the face when you go barging into that man's room?
He's gonna be
John Wick.
John Wick.
We have 3 whole ass movies and a series based on that universe. All right. You're going to get these fucking hands. All right. So, what do you think is going to happen? Fast forward, you have an ignorant little prick of a, of a movie star. And he's cussing out people who have more experience than he does, telling him, no, listen, you can't use real glass. You can't go break in the glass of a rental car. All right. And then that forces the fucking experienced staff to go to this one dude and say, hey, listen, Phil, we need you to go handle this for us. So he does. And the little prick doesn't say anything to him. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So then, in front of a live audience, in front of 82,000 people, and then for all the people that are at home, he goes and does the thing that he knew was going to cause problems, looks into the camera and goes, real glass, Crimea River, bitch. So that guy, who is known for throwing hands, goes walking up to him and says, why'd you do that? Has a conversation with him. And the guy's response is, do something about it.
So he
Okay.
did. So he showed him his extended warranty.
And
Yeah.
and at that point, all you heard coming out the room was Minka, Maka, Minka.
Marley.
He says, do something about it, and then gets put into a headlock.
Sounds about right.
Minka,
CM
Maka.
Punk came out.
GTF.
CM Punk came out last week and said, this is what happened. So AEW is like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to show the footage. Everyone's going to see how horrible he is. And the footage shows exactly what he said.
So they tried to make CM Punk look bad and ended up making themselves look bad.
Yeah, they
The
embarrassed
li-
themselves.
The live audience in attendance by the end of the footage was chanting for CM Punk.
Oh,
But CM Punk was fired.
Yeah, he doesn't work for them anymore. Oh, he's too busy making millions of dollars over in WWE now, drawing millions of ratings.
Yeah.
large pops every time he comes out.
He kind of helped Damian Priest win the.
That was amazing.
Yes,
That
he
was
did.
amazing.
That was amazing.
That was amazing.
CM
Let me
Punk
tell
out
you.
here doing big boy things.
Yes. Let me tell you, for those of us who are in the audience, and some of us who are on the podcast who may not have been familiar with wrestling, right now is possibly the best time to start watching WWE. It is entertaining. The matches are phenomenal. They got great things going on right now. You need to be watching WWE.
And the reigns have been
I
changed. No pun
Yeah,
intended.
can't.
The
Yo,
Rock is
listen,
back.
WWE right now is the best it's ever been. I'm sorry, like fuck the Attitude Era. This is the best wrestling has
Okay,
ever been
okay.
right now.
Can I say something
WrestleMania
real
40
quick?
blew me away.
Can I say something real
Statement
quick?
right there.
I really feel like the Attitude Era was over romanticized. It was great. It was great. Don't get it twisted.
He's not wrong.
Don't get it twisted. It was great.
Yeah. So all right.
But I feel like
You
the
go,
era,
and then I'll
the
go.
Attitude Era, is way better. The Randy, Batista, that era,
Before the Attitude Era is better.
that too.
Like, all right, so here's the deal, right? The Attitude Era was really good, but it was really good because of like a few
Super progressive,
small
that's
handful
right.
of people, right? Most of the people who made wrestling super hot, like prior to that, were in WCW, like
Yeah,
that is
Kurt
true.
Hennig, Bret Hart,
Booker T. Booker T.
yeah, Booker T, Legion
Well,
of Doom.
Hulk Hogan.
At the same time that the Attitude Era was happening in the WWE or WWF, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it,
it was F at the
at that
time.
time, you also had the NWO era in the WCW.
Well, yeah,
Well, that's what Time's talking about.
but like I'm saying that, like, yeah. Well, it's
But
not even just
that
that,
same
it's-
period of time is still like one of the great.
for
that
sure.
ended.
Right. So I'm not going to deny that the Attitude Era was entertaining as hell. It was fucking fantastic. Like, but like, do we consider the era that Booker T was in WWE still Attitude Era? Because like that was post WCW at that point. I feel like we're
I
getting into
think
ruthless
that was part of
aggression.
ruthless
No.
aggression.
Booker T was during Attitude Era in
Booker T was
WCW.
in Attitude,
Yeah,
but
Harlem
He
Heat.
was in the WCW.
No, I'm talking about WWE. I'm talking about going to WWE.
Oh,
I'm
when we went to
right?
WWE, that was after Attitude.
that was ruthless aggression era.
Yeah, it was Ruthless Aggression Era.
All right. So here's why. All right, I'll make my case. Here's why I think wrestling today as a whole, not just the American product. I think wrestling today as a whole is the best it's ever been because I think there's more talent today than there's ever been in the history of wrestling. You can say what you want to say about AEW as a show because I don't think the show is very good. But like, it's undeniable that the talent there is some of the best talent in the fucking world. Okada, Will Ospreay, fucking Athena, Kenny Omega when he's healthy, Malachi Black, the House of Black in general, and then like WWE, like you have fucking Damian Priest, the Street Profits, fucking Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre. You can go on and on and on, but then like you still have like great talent in Japan, MLW, TNA, GCW. Like there's still so much talent, and there's even more talent that isn't even being discovered yet that are still working their way up. Like you just didn't have this much athletic ability out there. Now, what is lacking for me is good wrestling. There's a lot of talent, but like there's not great wrestling, and that's where WWE is shining right now.
Yeah, because the matches are like 5-star, especially during WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 40 had some of the best matches I've seen in a long time. Like a long time.
I don't think it was a bad match.
Crazy good, like amazing. Like I'm real. I think the women's division now is better than it's ever been. I'm talking about even Attitude Lita era, like even better than then, in my opinion.
But I got a question. So I seen the clip, then watched before the story. I didn't watch.
Holy crap!
Get him out of here.
Copyright. They're trying to copyright the strike the footage already now.
Who? WWE?
AW, they're trying to take the footage down as people are posting it because I'm guessing it didn't go the way they
Yeah,
wanted.
Yeah, good luck. That's already on Twitter.
Once it hit Twitter, it's done. Once it hit
Yep,
Twitter,
it's on
done.
Twitter right now.
Lou, you
It's
have a
probably not
question, and
just
then we're
on
going to move into the
Facebook, Twitter, Reddit,
main
all
topic
sorts
for the
of
night
stuff
because
Yeah,
we're already
I
going to
seen
go
a
over
clip
time.
with The Rock doing the people's elbow, and my boy look old. How y'all feel about that? Well, I mean, I know it was probably like super entertaining to see him still
So
doing that type of stuff, but when I watched that clip, well, you ain't got them one more year.
can I be honest with you? The Rock is on a run right now where he's the final boss, and it's hilarious to me because yeah, he's fucking old. Like, and to see him still like even like at WrestleMania, the final main event, like seeing John Cena run down and
You're
he
offending the
looks old.
audience.
And then seeing goddamn the Undertaker pop up in the middle of the ring, and it's like, bro, you guys are. I don't want y'all to hurt yourselves. Like,
Right.
y'all have been doing this so long, and it's been so entertaining, like for so long. It's just like Tom said, we're at a point in time where there's so much talent. Just let the new talent come in. I enjoy the nostalgia of it, but yeah, let the young guys get up.
I feel there's a good crossover right now between young and old. I think it's a perfect blend. The Rock doesn't stay for too long. He's in a good position because now, like, let's be real, we gotta have us a mega heel. We have to. You have to have the mega heel that was Vince McMahon. Can we say that name on the show?
Yeah, we can say
You can
that.
say his name.
McMahon.
Right.
Say it the way it's pronounced to get around.
That man, we have to have somebody who's going to be able to reach the heights of being that super heel that man was. And that's The Rock.
He was a heel in real life.
The Rock. Yeah,
Go home
true.
and smoke some more crack.
Exactly. We need
Okay.
him to be the mega heel because Triple H can't be the mega heel. No.
Okay.
I mean, he could, but like,
Triple
feel
H
like
is
The Rock-
running the show like a baby face. He's,
yeah. And then you need that balance. You need that counterbalance.
Shut your bitch ass up.
You got Triple H, the babyface COO. Then you got The Rock, who's the final boss, big bad
Taking
TKO
out
board
belts
member,
and whipping people.
who's gonna physically beat people up.
Real quick before we move on, real quick. I'm sorry, Tony. I know we're gonna go over. I just want to say, I hate how soft people are.
I
Why?
hate it so
Well, you
much,
gotta be in your soft boy era.
bro. Oh my
No,
God,
listen.
no,
All right. So
bro.
here's the deal. Okay.
Pudding pop.
You should not hate your coworkers. All right. Not excusable. If you work a normal job, you shouldn't hate your coworkers. However, professional wrestling, not a real fucking, not a real traditional job. It is a different world. All right. That is a world where if you can't handle your business, you shouldn't be in the locker room because people need to be able to believe what they see. Back in the 70s and 80s, if you got your ass beat in a random bar fight, you were fired.
Yeah. That is very true.
Like,
You can't even call somebody ugly nowadays without everybody getting upset.
I mean,
So
you
to
can
be
call
honest-
somebody ugly, they might just hit you in the face
I'll
though.
be honest. I like working with you guys. I don't hate any of my coworkers. So
I would never hit
That
you
is
guys
very
because
true.
this is a different work environment than wrestling. I would
don't
ideally
like
never
throwing
hit
that
my
much.
coworkers in wrestling. But you know what? Sometimes someone says, do something about it. There's only two
you
options.
gotta do something about it.
Be a
Not
bitch
even-
or
not
do
even
something about
that.
it.
Not
I mean, I've
even
been
I mean,
close
I'm
to
gonna be
the
honest.
previous jobs, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Tone that much, but that's for a story of another day.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Fair.
I don't like working with much younger people because the fucking shit that they say to you is just like,
Mm.
As a special guest referee.
You know what? I'm not even gonna bring up coworker stuff because I almost went to jail.
So
Let's talk about it.
the big news, we're gonna talk about it this week. BAFTA actually put out a list. Actually, they did a survey, and their survey, I think they surveyed about 4,000 people, and their survey was basically asking who is the most iconic video game character in history, or of all time. Not in history, but the most iconic video game characters of all time. There were 20 characters put on this list. I'm going to read this list to you guys, and it is in reverse order. I'm going to start at number 20. Okay? Of all time.
It's a terrible list.
Number 20, Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
Crazy work.
Number 19, Ellie Williams from The Last of Us. 18, Kazuma Kiryu from Yakuza. 17, Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3. 16, Cloud Strife, Final Fantasy 7. 15, Crash Bandicoot. 14, Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. 13, Steve from Minecraft. 12, Pikachu from Pokemon.
I just broke my fucking headphones.
11, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2.
I can see that.
10, Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3.
Wait.
9,
Baldur's Gate 3 got 2
9, Kratos from God of War. 8, Master Chief from Halo. 7, Link from The Legend of Zelda. 6, Pac-Man. 5, Sackboy. 4, Sonic the Hedgehog. 3, Agent 47 from Hitman. 2, Mario. Number 1, Lara Croft.
I think you said that wrong. I think you meant to say number 1, Mario.
Yeah, number
And
1 is Mario.
Croft, number not on the list.
Number like 22 or something.
I wouldn't
So
even
first
say
of all,
22.
First of all, putting Sackboy.
In the
Sackboy.
top
Cloud?
10.
Hold on. Let's list the first. Sackboy. All right, Sackboy. Little Big Planet. Over The Legend of Zelda. Over Metal Gear Solid. Over Uncharted. Over Final Fantasy 7. Over, like, come on, bro.
I would
Sackboy?
100% put Sackboy over Nathan Drake.
You said you would?
There's no way.
Yes, I would.
You would put Sackboy.
Sackboy was
as a-
more iconic to PlayStation than
PlayStation.
Nathan Drake was.
Sackboy over Cloud Strife.
I never said that.
Cloud
I said I
not
was
being
being
in the
Nathan
top
Drake.
Bro, the only
Those
reason
are
why
lit.
Sackboy, first of all, let's be honest. The only reason why you can say Sackboy is more iconic than Nathan Drake is because Sackboy was one of the first games to come out on it. It was your introduction to the console.
Well, you
No.
gonna say the same
Little
thing
Big
about
Planet didn't
Little
come out to
Big
PlayStation.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. Little Big Planet carried PS2 more than Uncharted did.
Yeah,
I agree.
and
I can go with
and Uncharted came with the console.
But would
But
you,
my thing, have y'all ever
Go
heard
ahead,
of
Time.
Sackboy line?
Sackboy don't talk.
Can y'all think
Can
of
you
like
give me a
memorable
Nathan Drake
boss?
line?
Yeah, I can. But like, I need to.
Ouch.
Like, is that boss? I can tell you what. It's actually here.
Whatever sounds
El
you make when
Dorado.
you roll.
There you go. There's a line right
drop
there.
it on us, man?
All right, that's it. Just-
Number one, I think it's insane to consider any of the characters from Baldur's Gate iconic a year after
Of all
release.
time.
I agree.
That is true.
Um,
That's very quick.
Not even a whole year.
And then having two. That's crazy.
Yeah, having two is just fucking nuts.
And then having
Um,
Shadowheart over Karlak.
Yeah, because
Okay,
Karlak's
no,
getting,
that's not-
because Shadowheart's being role played or cosplayed by wrestlers. Oh wait, no, that's Karlak getting cosplayed by freaking wrestlers now. Yeah, it's nuts to me. Number two, Sackboy, I can see. If for another reason than the amount of merch that Sackboy has to push or had to have pushed at one point had to have been nuts. I imagine people were buying those plushies and T-shirts. So I imagine you probably have more people who are random Sackboy merch out there than Nathan Drake. Not to say that Nathan Drake doesn't
I got
sell
Sackboy
his.
bookends right here. I got a Sackboy figure somewhere around here. I don't got no Uncharted action figures. What I want to never mind.
All I'm saying is, I played Sackboy. and I can't remember the game of Sackboy. Like I remember the character, but
But it wasn't.
as far
I mean,
as
I
like,
enjoyed Little Big Planet.
memorable,
You didn't play Little
memorable
Big Planet
moments.
then. Like that game was fun. All of them.
No,
was a
the
great
game,
game.
You
I'm
remember
not
the character.
saying that the game was fun. I'm not saying the game wasn't fun. I'm saying that the game was full of fun, but there was nothing that stuck to my memory outside.
You know what stuck to my memory
Yeah.
about Uncharted? Since you want to get into Nathan Drake and defend him so
Yeah.
hard, you want to know what stuck to my memory about Uncharted? The fact that you're gonna go through an adventure game, right? And you're gonna be killing all of these dudes, and you can pop guns and all of that stuff. But at the end of the game, you always gonna fight some supernatural monster that didn't even belong in the game in the first place.
Jamal.
Tomb Raider did the
Oh,
same
wait.
thing though.
That's also
Hold on,
Tomb
Jamal.
Raider. Oh
Put
wait,
down the
that's
nine.
also every other game in that genre.
So
Copy paste.
Sackboy over Link is the part that's crazy to me. I don't really care about
I would
everybody
agree
else.
that that's nuts. Well, I mean, Link changes from game to game though, so it's just, it's a little bit more like the appearance of Link does change a bit.
Oh, go ahead.
I
Canonically,
was gonna
they're
say-
all different links.
Yeah, so it makes a little sense. But that being said,
Agent
I don't know.
47 over Sonic was crazy.
Yeah, that's a little nuts for me.
Mhm.
Nathan Drake, like I would argue, Sully is more iconic than Nathan.
Who? Ellie?
Sully, the old man.
Sully,
Sully?
Sully.
the old man.
Yeah.
You know, I can actually agree to that. I can agree to that. I actually can
Um,
agree to that. I'm actually not even mad about his spot. I feel like him at 20 is actually a pretty good spot.
The fact that he's on the list
It's just-
alone is
Yeah.
that's good enough.
I
What
agree
you
with
said,
you, Pops.
Terrence?
Lara Croft being the most
Look.
iconic
You
video
would
game
think it would be
character in
Mario.
history shows just how.
They didn't
That's
talk about
trash.
making it.
Bro, that is crazy. Like you people are just some old that was
Over
some-
Mario? Over
Yeah,
Sonic?
Nah, for real. That's some
Over Sonic.
got it.
Yo,
Over
that
Link?
cussed the shit out of me. I'm sorry.
Over Sephiroth?
Over Pac-Man.
Wow.
Master Chief.
over
The fa-
Kratos.
The fact that
Hihachi Mishima?
Lara Croft over everybody on the list is crazy.
How did
But I mean, he's right though. Like, listen, for those of you who don't remember, I want to say Lara Croft, like EGM, I think it was, had a like a straight up like sexy ass cover for that for her at one point.
Wasn't she in
Uh,
Playboy?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh shit! Yeah, she was in Playboy. Yeah, that was the thing that happened.
And do you know how many
Yeah.
people probably beat their meat to them triangles?
Triangle titties was in.
Mhm. The nudity mods went crazy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the way that Louis just looked, it's like, no, he didn't just say that. But no, like,
monetization.
I'm a bring out
I'm sorry, that's just the way it popped in my head.
I just don't see how.
We're never gonna get monetized.
I still think Samus. Is Samus like not a contender at all? Like, am I the only Prime?
Yo, I'm
like,
not gonna
Metroid
hold
Prime
you.
fan here. Like,
Oh
I know
yes,
Samus
Samus is on there.
popular.
What?
Samus is on there.
So the reason I wouldn't put Samus over Lara Croft shouldn't be number one, right? At all. But the reason I wouldn't put Samus over Lara Croft is the fact that Lara had the more recent game. She's
And
more
you see
Wait,
Lara.
no,
no,
I
she
wouldn't put. I wouldn't.
What more recent game? Dread came out. What the fuck does that mean?
Hold on. But Arthur Morgan over John Marston is wild too.
Oh yeah.
No, it is not. No, it is not.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
What?
it is.
I'm gonna tell you.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Because
I'm
you
gonna tell you
make
why. Hold on.
mods.
What?
Hold on. No, I'm gonna tell you why. Let me cook real quick. I'm gonna tell you why.
Arthur over Jack is
John-
crazy.
John Marston, first of all, let's be honest, his character has always been a little bland, right? But when it comes to character development, if you compare Arthur Morgan's story and John's story, the type of change and strife and the relationship that you build with the character that Arthur Morgan becomes as the game goes on, you don't get that with John Marston in neither one of the games. Like, you don't get that.
So
I'm
let me
killing this.
retort to that real quick. John was handicapped in 2 because it was a prequel. There's only but so much you can develop a character that you already developed, right? You can give him a little extra on his backstory, but you can't contradict anything that comes in the original game. So it's kind of hard to backtrack on a character when you've already fully developed him to the point where you developed his son to avenge him. Now, what I was hoping Red Dead Redemption 2 was going to be the story of Jack.
Yeah, but they went even further into
Yeah, the next one is
prequel.
actually, and I've been hearing that, I don't know how true this is, it might just be something spinning around the rumor mill, is that the next Red Dead is going to be even farther into the past. The rumor
What's
mill.
even crazier to me is that
Before
this
we
list
get
is
to
made
the
by
next Red
people
Dead,
like us.
I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna need 50 gamer cards because that's crazy.
6 out first.
Can you what?
Can we get GTA 6 out before we start talking about Red Dead 3?
Yeah,
Yo,
You
yeah.
know
But
what?
here-
I gotta,
No,
Hold on.
it's gonna
Absolutely
be another
not.
Red Dead.
You don't think so?
it is. It
Mm-mm.
will. Bro, Rockstar has
With
2
the way-
titles, bro.
With the
Rockstar-
way Red Dead Redemption 2 sold, you don't think we're gonna get a third one?
Why did they quit
They're already in talks.
the multiplayer?
Why did they quit online? Because
Because
GTA
of-
online.
They online.
Because GTA Online killed it.
Online. That's the reason why it's still taking so long to get GTA 6. They're making like
Tons of
whale
money.
sizes of money off of GTA Online
Billions a year.
Yeah, literally.
to the
But
point where
they-
it's still one of the best-selling games, and the game has been on 3 generations of
I
consoles.
must say that Ryzen right now, that is in a good portion of that right now. I would have to say the growth that it's still receiving, people aren't really buying GTA Online for GTA Online no more for real. Like usually you already have it. Now, if you it's PC, the sales is in PC right now for GTA Online because
5M.
in order to get the 5M, all you need is the online. So that's why the full game sales is they're not selling those for real no more. They're only selling online, and it's literally almost strictly for role play. Like they've even started creating like custom role play servers on consoles without all the mods, just with all the rules. You know, like
You know what kills me about this list? And I'm gonna tell y'all. About 7 characters on this list are all in Smash Brothers. and they're below Laura Croft. 7 characters on this list. Iconic enough to be in one of the biggest game franchises of all time, which is Smash. Let's be real, it's one of the biggest, right?
Yeah.
Missing from this list, Dante and Virgil. Dante and Virgil aren't in the top 20 of this list.
So, real quick, I'm gonna ask you a simple question.
Go right
I'm
ahead.
ready. I got a simple answer, bro.
Now, obviously, unfortunately, due to the rules of the internet, the number here is going to be greater than 0. But
Head southwest toward Northwest Highway.
how many of these characters do you think anyone that was surveyed beat their meat to?
Yo, I'm looking at this list. It's a lot of
What happened?
dudes. It's a lot of dudes on this
Characters, what
list.
now?
There's only one,
Laura.
Laura.
Damn, that's crazy.
Shadowheart.
I pray to God it
Shadowheart.
wasn't Shelly.
Just Laura and Shadowheart.
Hey,
I pray
hey.
to God there's no way it was Shadowheart. She
You
was
horny ass mother.
Now, if they said Mrs. Pac-Man, nah, I
and
mean,
Ellie
that'd
is
be
an
a little.
underage child.
Yo,
So
you know what I mean?
First of all, underage, nobody. Okay.
I'm saying for
Wait,
If you see some of the conversations
I'm
that I
not
have
saying-
with
listen,
for
I'm
should not
focused
say
on
that
Laura
like
as number 1 here. You all do with whatever you want.
and I can guarantee
whatever else
you
you want.
that there's somebody out there who done beat their meat to a Asterion.
Who's beating they meet Pac-Man though? I need to ask them some questions on
First
that
of
one.
all,
Mrs.
First of all,
Pac-Man.
you
not
don't know
Pac-Man.
what
We
people used to
talking
do to Miss
Mrs.
Pac-Man back in the day.
Oh,
Miss
Gobble,
Gobble.
gobble, gobble,
until she dies,
Bruh.
bro.
First off, all I'm saying is that the odds favor there was a greater listen.
Pikachu is number 12.
can I just say that
Okay.
Indiana Jones and Tomb Raider are practically the same?
no, Tom,
game?
go ahead. No, go
Indiana
ahead.
Jones.
No,
didn't even-
but in all seriousness,
Cut it
Lara Croft is iconic. Like she's had movies made after her. She's been in Playboy. She's had tons of games. Arguably, was for a long time the benchmark for action adventure, like being in all seriousness, right? Like without Lara Croft, you don't have a Nathan Drake.
That is true.
Very
That
true.
is true. But how
But you
in,
just ain't
how in
everything
God's
Mario
name
did.
did Nathan Drake end up in the very last spot? Laura Croft end up in the very first spot, and
Oh,
they
well.
practically the same game.
No. If
Because
we talk
one
about
had
action
all
adventure.
We're talking.
Explorer,
We're not talking about the
talking
games
Laura.
themselves. We're talking about the characters. We
Yeah,
just got done saying Nathan plays a backseat to Sully in his own game.
I get.
All
So
right.
where's Sully at?
And
My thing is okay. So here's my thing with Laura. Like
they probably asked a
it was all
specific
fan.
audience.
Like, it's sexual shit.
horny
It-
teenager.
It might be.
I can't think of her like when I think of Laura.
Like,
Croft,
does it
well,
matter?
I think the same
Here's the real question. Fuck all that, right? Doesn't matter. The question is who is the most iconic. Doesn't matter if it's sexual. Doesn't matter. We're not talking about the quality of the game. We're talking about the characters and their level of being icons.
Right.
Whether you like it or not, you can call her an action icon. You can call her an adventure icon. You can call her a sex icon.
GTA
Lara
Online
Croft
is
is an
not
icon.
free. I mean, it's free to use.
I don't
but
debate that I don't dispute that she's an
you
icon.
did have to
Number
purchase
one,
GTA Online.
that's
if you-
debatable. That's what I'd say.
What's the
I
label?
would say this. I would say if we're gonna go for number 1 icon, it would go Mario. Then secondly would be Sonic, because Mario has a whole fucking theme park now in 2 different countries, Japan and United States. You can ask anybody on the streets if they see a dude with a mustache and a red hat with an M on it. Who is that? Don't matter where they're from. They'll be like, "That's Mario."
You can kind of do that.
It's hard for them to be like, "Well, oh yeah, that's Laura Croft." I feel
No.
like Laura Croft
You
is
can
less
do that with
less
Laura.
recognizable
Yeah.
than Mario is
I
in today's
would-
day. In today's age,
Don't even
I-
snub Donkey Kong.
I agree with your 3, but I would put it
Top.
Mario, Pac-Man, and then Sonic. The only reason I would put Pac-Man before Sonic is because like it moved a generation. Granted, Sonic is still Sonic is Sonic. Sonic is great. He has the animation and everything.
All I'm saying is they ain't make no live action movie off of Pac-Man.
They've done a bunch of live action shows. Well, not live action. They've done a bunch of shows.
Wasn't there?
How long did it take for Sonic to get something good?
There wasn't a
Movie wise?
Are you
Or
sure?
fucking game.
Show-wise?
I know it was a show. It was definitely a show.
In the last, let's say, 20 years, how much good Sonic content did we
Well,
get?
it's not about good. It's about recognizable. It's about being an icon.
Okay.
Exactly.
But you don't recognize the bad.
You recognize Sonic. If you see Sonic shoes by himself,
Bad games
if
too.
you see that ring by itself, you know it's
But
Sonic.
that's why
It's trash. Like, what are we
You know,
talking
like,
here?
Pokemon. Pokemon is the
I-
number one grossing franchise in history, isn't it?
Yeah.
Between
So,
merchandise,
question.
TV shows, movies, clothing, games, card games, Pokemon makes hella money. Pikachu ain't number one.
It should be.
So-
Whoa.
Well, that's because we
actually,
can't really make that comparison
Pikachu,
because
you know what I'm
Ash is
saying?
not in none of the games, and Pikachu
Yeah.
ain't. It's only
Ash
been a
isn't
starter,
recognizable.
in, like,
It's,
one game.
it's Pikachu.
but that's what I'm saying.
Charmander. It's you know what I'm saying? Like
Bulbasaur, stop disrespecting him.
Like Squirtle is my dude, but they ain't about to put him as the icon of like Pokemon.
No,
That's Pikachu.
Pikachu for sure.
Okay,
It is
so
Pikachu. But what I'm
if we
saying
do
is,
Bro,
we're talking about
why are you like this in the chat, bro?
we're talking about video games though. You see what I'm saying? And if I remember right, I've only seen
Hey yo,
as like the one of your starters like once, and I think it was in like
What?
the yellow version.
Pokemon Yellow. Yeah. Charizard is more iconic in my opinion
Yeah.
than Pikachu.
They made a game.
And this is video games though. We're talking about
They-
video games.
Yeah, with Pikachu, right? You talking about Pokemon Yellow, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they made a
That's
game
how
for.
iconic Pikachu was.
So the
Because
reason
they
I said
made his
Charizard
own
over
game just so
Pikachu-
that he could follow you around like the show.
Yeah, that's
only
it.
reason I say Charizard over Pikachu is in every generation that has come out since they have introduced basically a new form of Charizard, or they've done something to buff Charizard.
Yeah, but
or
they've always
done something.
changed
Pikachu is
Charizard.
the face
Pikachu
of
has always
Pokemon.
remained the same.
They've
Yeah.
given every generation they drop a new Pikachu clone.
Yeah,
Every single
Yeah.
generation, they bring a new Pokemon that's the Pikachu of the generation. Whereas they just bring Charizard over every generation.
I got
And
it
here-
right here.
but so let me
Scarlet
ask you a question.
Go ahead.
The live action movie that came out, what was it called?
It was Detective Pikachu, based off
Exactly.
of one of the worst games.
I got it.
I'm not saying he's not
When he
iconic.
fought
I'm just
Mewtwo.
saying
Who brought Ash
Hey,
back?
so. I'm not saying he isn't. I'm just
Pikachu.
saying in,
All
the,
right, cool,
in
cool.
the case of
I
the
got-
games, they're keeping Charizard. They're even talking about in the new one that's coming out. What is it? Z to A. They're already talking about Charizard has a new form.
Right.
Can we just
Is
can we all
that
agree?
a Legends?
Raichu.
That's gonna be a Legends, right?
They-
Like,
Yes.
They love-
Well,
oh my
no.
god,
Yeah, I think it's a Legend Z to A.
thank
Yeah, Legends,
God, because that was by far probably the best Pokemon game that I've played.
All right.
I'm just
So
saying.
anyway, can we all just agree that Agent 47 don't belong at number 3?
That is very true.
Definitely no.
That is
As
very
a,
fucking true.
as a Hitman
I'm being honest.
fan, yeah, no, definitely not top 10.
I love Hitman, but no,
Got it.
he's too high.
I'm
You put him
like,
above
Agent
Solid Snake?
47,
I'll put him
Like-
in 20. I'll put him in the top
I'll
20.
put him in 20.
Definitely
I'll put
not
him
top
at
10.
20. I will put him.
Kratos over like Kratos belongs over Agent 47.
Kratos definitely does. Kratos
Everybody
is top
on that
10.
list
It's supposed to
belongs
be in, like,
above
top
Agent
5 if
47.
you ask me. Top 5.
Ooh, not everybody on the list.
I'm putting Kratos in that top 5.
I'm putting Kratos in that top 5 too.
Yeah, that's
What
it.
about Solid Snake?
Solid
No.
Snake, I'll put in top 10.
Top 10.
Okay. Crash Bandicoot.
Top 10.
Crash
How
top
about
10.
Spyro the
Top
Dragon,
20.
who wasn't on this list?
That is very shocking.
So
I wouldn't put
the
Spyro on the list
confliction
because
is: do you take
doesn't-
Spyro or Crash?
and I'm gonna
Crash.
put Crash every time, and that's exactly what I was just about to say.
Okay.
That's old.
I mean,
Look
they
at
came
my
out
girl,
around the same
my
time.
fiance,
but-
my
And
fiance,
Crash
she
has
a
the
big
longevity.
Crash Bandicoot fan. She heard me say that. All I heard in the back is period. Talking about Crash.
So you better say Crash.
Bandicoot
Yeah, she
had
love Crash.
So you better say Crash,
commercials
motherfucker.
for
I
PlayStation.
better not hear you
1,
say that
yo.
shit.
Yeah,
Crash
that's
was
OG.
I'm putting Agent 47 over Shadowheart.
I don't know that
I'm putting and Asterion
Yakuza
and
on here over somebody from like Tekken.
like
Oh,
Hihachi.
Kazuya
So
or
when you say
that's crazy.
Kazuma,
Where's Ken, Ryu, Guile, Akuma?
Where's
Chun-Li.
Liu
Yeah,
Kang?
what?
Akuma. Yeah.
Chun
Liu
Li.
Kang.
Why is
Chun-Li.
Chun? Hold on. Wait. If we gonna
Where's
make Lara
Sub-Zero
Croft
and
number one,
Scorpion?
we not gonna put Chun Li on that list at all. I'm just saying,
Literally, if you go to a cosplay spot, at least like 40% of the females there
Chun-Li.
are dressed as
Chun Li
Yeah.
or some variation of it. I'm just saying,
I
like,
feel like I undershot it, to be honest with you. I feel like it's probably more than that.
I hate this list even more now, bro. Like, god damn.
Y'all
Over
they skipped a
Chun-Li,
lot
that-
of people, bro.
You all right?
Who's more?
I still have to disagree with it, but you
All
know.
right, let me ask y'all: who do you consider
Me
more
and you got the
iconic?
same name.
Wait, who y'all consider more iconic, Chun Li or
You
Lara
did good
Croft?
work. Chun-Li.
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 Time. Chun Li or Lara Croft?
I'm watching AEW right now. I'm watching AEW.
No, that's a tough question. Chun-Li.
I'm taking
Exactly,
Chun-Li.
we're all on the same page here. Chun Li, bro. Like, is she not on the list at all? Not
No.
even in top 40?
Not in the top 20.
Oh boy.
TJ from San Andreas not on the list.
No.
And it's crazy because if they put Nathan Drake on there, I would have thought they probably would have put Nico Bellic on there. I'm just saying, or
Nathan Drake
Tony.
had multiple games, bro.
No, don't shit on Nathan.
Nathan Drake
I'm
had
not
multiple
saying
games,
TJ
bro.
over
Nathan-
Nico.
Like you can't use
Nico or Tony from
because there hasn't been a repeat protagonist in any Grand Theft Auto yet. Arthur Morgan only had one game. He was in the other ones, but he only
was the best
he
game
only
in that
named
series.
one
though.
game. That's
By
one
far.
reason why I say Arthur Morgan don't belong up there. Just like Shadowheart and Asterion don't belong up there.
I
Cloud
think that
earned
Arthur
his
Morgan.
spot. Cloud had
I think-
having children. Cloud been clouding since
Cloud
1997.
in,
Yeah, that's
Smash,
crazy.
Cloud
Cloud should
and
be higher.
Kingdom
I
Hearts.
agree.
You know what I mean?
They
didn't
robbed my
even
boy
do it on there.
Cloud, yo.
Y'all
They did
remember
him
They
wrong.
didn't
Cloud
even
was
put
in,
the kid from
in this
Kingdom Hearts on there.
fighting
He's not even on there.
Oh, Inner Guys?
Her guys.
Yeah,
I played that
Yeah.
piece of shit.
damn sure did.
because Cloud and Sephiroth and Tifa were all in it. I specifically got it just for that.
That's why I got it.
I ain't give a fuck about nothing else in that game other than the fact I could play them. That was it.
Yes,
Like-
they said something like Spyro.
And they put them all the way at the bottom like that? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we
I mean,
doing
but
here, bro?
They probably asked a certain group about, their tier list. They probably didn't ask gamers. Because Mario would have been the first thing
Yeah,
out of their mind.
I honestly feel like
So-
that.
Mario should have been the first thing right off the bat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mario completely cultivated an entire gaming scene. Like,
Look, I'm
that
trying to head
whole
the Super
3D
Nintendo
platformer
world.
would have never became a thing if it wasn't for Mario. I'm sorry. I said what I said. I said what I said. Like,
Mario saved
Oh,
gaming, basically.
Or Pac-Man.
At the
like
time,
literally,
one of
gaming,
the two.
gaming was on the decline before Mario. Like,
Yeah.
we would have never made
if,
it
if
here.
Mario, if
wasn't for
Mario and the
Mario.
Nintendo Entertainment System never came out, we would probably not all be sitting here talking about video games.
Like, let's be honest. If the
That's just a
Nintendo
fact.
didn't come out, what would we have been stuck with without the Nintendo? What would we have had? Like,
Atari, Sega
Atari?
Master System.
No,
now,
that
now,
was
now tell me
part of it.
what those companies
That
are
was
doing
part of the
right now.
game crash, though. Atari was part
Like,
of the
all
game
of those
crash.
games
Atari
were
caused
crashing.
the game crash.
That's what caused the game. Exactly. That's what caused the
Literally,
game
like,
crash.
without Nintendo and without Mario, because he was driving that entire Nintendo thing, there would not be the gaming scene would not be what it is today. So to
Yeah.
have him behind Laura, and then on top of that, there are kids who dress up as Mario, adults who dress up as Mario, live action movies that come out as Mario. They remaking the same Mario game in different fucking skins all the time. There's a fucking
They did the
they
same
fucking
Mario
put
game
they
like
put a
50
Naruto. I said
years.
Naruto. They put Mario in New York and made a game out of it and called it Odyssey. Like, they put him on an island and named it Sunshine. They put
First
him in
video
the
game I
in the
played was
space
Mario
and named it
3.
Galaxy. Like, I mean, like, they made an RPG game for Mario. They made a platformer game for Mario. He's in the best, most iconic.
He's playing tennis.
No Ezio.
He plays
No.
tennis, basketball,
Ezio-
soccer,
Absolutely
golf, hockey.
not. Basketball.
He races go-karts. He's like Bo Jackson of video games.
He played
He does
party
it all.
games.
He's faster than
Bro, he be throwing parties with the
Whoa,
homies.
whoa,
Like,
whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know about all that
Hey,
faster than Sonic
hey,
shit. I don't know about
Hey,
that.
hey.
Yeah, nah, he's
Well,
not faster than Sonic in any way.
He,
Wow,
But he
basically
definitely be
competed
whooping
against
Sonic ass
Sonic.
though. He definitely be whooping Sonic ass though. He win that shit every time. I'm
He'd
sorry.
be competing against Sonic in the Olympics.
Yeah.
My boy. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, they snub. Right, Rayman ain't on there either. I don't think
The only
they
thing
gonna
we ain't
put-
seen
I don't know
Mario do
Rayman
is
in the
Plum.
top 25, though.
If you want me to be completely honest, I'd have probably rather have seen a Persona character on here rather than Shadowheart and Asterion. And two characters from the same game.
They snubbed a
y'all-
lot
I
of
mean,
people to
they
put those
hot
some
right
people in
now.
there. I'm sorry.
Don't get
You
me
know what it is?
wrong.
I figured it out. No racist. They're British.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Time's face was like,
Wait.
No
I
rebuttal.
mean, no
You're right,
nationalist?
Yeah, no, BAFTA is the British Arts Awards.
Oh, man, no, it doesn't fucking matter. We beat them in the Revolutionary War.
Oh my god. What the fuck? All right. So
Hold
look,
on,
I
hold
actually think that a lot of great characters was snubbed to put those Baldur's Gate 3 characters in there. You could put
Florida's
bro, there's
British.
just so many. You could have put Raymond in there, like they said in the chat. Raymond was a pretty
So
iconic
is-
character at one
okay.
point in
so
time.
hard.
Samus, you could have put in there. You could have put dude from Kingdom Hearts. He could have been in there. You could have
Dude from
put.
Kingdom Hearts.
I didn't play Kingdom Hearts, so I can't think of his name.
You mean
Yeah.
Sora?
Yeah, him.
Bro, you disrespectful.
I am. I'm being disrespectful, but I didn't play it. I didn't
7
play that
games
game.
later, and
We
you
don't
just
be
you
putting
don't
it-
know the main character's name.
Yeah, I didn't play it, but I know.
None of
look,
them. You didn't play none of them.
But that brings-
You didn't pick up
but
not
look though,
one.
but no, hold on.
It's been on
That
every
brings up
console that has
that
ever
is the
been made,
reason
from
why I
Game
said
Boy
what I
all the way
said.
through
Even
PlayStation
me, as a
5.
guy who did not like and or play Kingdom Hearts, can honestly
Bro,
say
where your mute
that I have
button at?
seen way more
I got
Master
you. Don't worry
Key
about it.
swords than I've seen. Fucking
Of a
What?
Keyblade.
Keyblade.
Of a keyblade?
What did he just say?
Keyblade, bro.
Wait, hold on.
Where your
my
mute button at?
point, but
You on
that
timeout.
that
Nope, you on timeout. Go ahead.
We're not doing this slander.
there is no slang. That's what I'm literally giving a game that I never played praise. Like I'm not slandering it at all. I'm saying that game he deserves to be on that list. Why? Because even me who don't play the game, don't know nothing about that game, recognizes how iconic that game is.
You don't even know his
How
name.
iconic the character is. I don't, but I can tell you that if I see it, I can point him out. I might not know the character's name, but if you was to put him on a roll of 100 characters in front of me, I would be able to point him out. If you was to say
Blicky.
The
Blicky.
Kingdom Key
His
is
name
iconic.
is Sora.
Sora,
The Kingdom Key
What
is
else?
very.
He was a Keyblade.
Yes, it's a Keyblade. The King
I
of
mean,
Keyblade.
like,
is iconic.
Bro,
I didn't play it. Like I played
3D.
the first one, and that was it. I literally played the first one, and that
But
was
at least he knows about the Keyblade. He may have named it wrong, but
But I'm just saying, like,
I'll
even
give
me, I know how important that game is and how iconic that game actually was as him as a character.
For the
I saw
culture.
it all over the place. I saw it in
For the
every
culture.
GameStop. I saw it during every single gaming, anything that I ever went to.
Do you
There's
know how
always
much
been a
money
Keyblade
people
there.
would spend just to get a Kingdom Hearts character in a mobile game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And for them to have 2 Baldur's Gate characters on there and not
At
have him on there
least,
is crazy.
at least $100
It's 107.
in a mobile game.
107.
Yeah, that's crazy. But that's what I'm saying. He deserves
That's
to
not
be on that
crazy.
list.
That's real.
I got 2.
That was life.
He said I
Brave
got 2.
Exvius was life. I had to cut that shit out, bro.
Boy,
Never
yeah,
be a
that was
gotcha game
ridiculous.
player. Kids don't gamble. And if you rip packs and stuff,
Fair.
try not to get the ripperitis. Okay.
my luck is trash.
If you do gambles and rolls and gotchas and all that stuff, know how to take control of your habits. Because at the end of the day, it always turns into gambling. because what you're doing is you're spending money,
Mhm.
rolling the dice in order to try to win. But remember that the house always wins.
Yep.
So, how's One Piece going?
Yeah,
Oh,
how's One Piece
I'm-
going, Tom?
Pretty good. My big tournament is this weekend, so
Okay.
I've been
How much money
practicing.
you spent?
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
You want to talk about it?
We can talk about it.
All right, let's talk about it. What's your since you starting to now
Mhm.
like around what's your balance?
Ooh.
Sheesh.
He's like, I sold one of my cars.
First of all,
So
no.
better out the Tesla, out the Tesla.
Oh, let's see.
Your screen is going in and out, which is
So the kidney for a
I have an
booster box.
AI camera, so it's
yeah. Yeah,
Tracking me.
AI camera is being real cinematic.
I mean, you know how I go. Oh, let's see. How much have I spent?
You think you hit the 2,000, 5,000?
No.
Oh, you
No.
hit that market. Okay. You
Oh,
know
if you didn't hit 2K yet, more power to you, my
I
man.
probably,
As I stare at these packs of
assembling.
Pokemon cards that I'm probably never going to open.
Oh no, I'm a player. I'm not a collector. So like when I have what I want or what I need, huh?
I said I'm a smidge of both.
Nah, I'm nah. I mean, I am
Listen.
a player, not a. I mean, I do have a card right here that is worth like $160 by itself.
Listen,
What?
after finding out that half of my collection as a child was worth so much, millions of money, millions of dollars, yeah, I buy multiple packs, right? I'll buy a booster box to open, and I'll buy a booster box to sit in the closet and never touch.
Oh yeah, nah. I'm not a seal collector. I am not a collector at all.
Yeah,
But
My wife gets
this
mad at
card
me.
right here is worth $160.
My
I just
wife
got it in
gets
the
mad
box.
at me because I'll buy a box and then she'll be like, "You're not going to open it?" I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Right,
like
we have ran over to
yeah. So again, but like I said, I got that in a $110 box, so that pays for itself. You know what I mean? Like, just because I buy product, I also sell it too. Like, what I don't need, I get rid of. You know what I mean? So I've made some money back. I've spent some money. Like, it's kind of hard to total it out, but most of the time, I just open products for what I need for competitive decks or for me to play. And if I can't find what I need, like if I'm not gonna like go out and buy boxes, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, there's boxes available right now, let me go buy these. No, if I need something specific, I'm just gonna go on this website and I'm just gonna order the exact cards that I need instead of trying to gamble. So
Terrence
I
is
don't
going
have-
crazy in the chat right now.
All right, I got stuff that I have stuff that I haven't opened. Like I have a whole bunch of figures
I
that
just,
are in my living.
it would bother me if it wasn't opened.
Oh, it would bother me if it is.
I have
All I'm
a
saying is
thing.
that
Like it would be like an itch that's right here, knowing that there's something that's not open. If I can get my hands on it, I have to open it. I have to see what's inside.
I'm almost positive that I had somewhere around $200,000 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was younger, and all of them are gone. Like I seen one of like a holographic Dark Magician, and I know for a fact that I might not have had that exact card with the numbers on it and stuff,
Listen to me.
but I had some kind of variation of that exact card, and that one was worth
I had a fucking mute card.
like $400,000 by itself.
When I
So-
tell you, as a youth, I had a Shadowless first edition Charizard card, and I literally used to. You remember back in the day, you would flip the card. Yeah, mine's is stronger. Mine's strong. Yeah, I destroyed that fucking card. I
I
destroyed that
still
card.
have one of the old 1996 or 99 holographic Charizards in my
I still
closet.
got fossil booster packs in the closet, just sitting
In my
there.
closet.
I refuse to open them now.
Like I
refuse to open
have the OG Dark Machamp. I just don't have the Shadowless Charizard. It's not a first edition, but I have like the second edition Charizard holographic. Come to find out, that card is probably worth what, $500?
I wish I kept all my old baseball cards too, considering how much they're fucking worth now.
Speaking of which, Pokemon Snap is the best Pokemon game that ever graced Nintendo. I'm just saying.
So anyway, at the end of the day, we just want to thank everybody for coming out. We appreciate you greatly. We appreciate you running overtime with us. We have gone almost 2.5. So we've stressed it a little bit, but we needed to get these iconic characters out of the way. Again, I can say we appreciate you all day long until I'm blue in the face, but us being here entertaining you and you being here with us means a whole lot. I'm sure everybody up here will actually agree and mirror the same sentiments. So just want to wish you a good week. We're going to try to make sure that we get a little bit of content out for you to be able to enjoy. You can always come back and rewatch this episode. But remember, if there's anything that you want to accomplish, any goals you have that you want to achieve, all you got to do is remember to press the start button. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We're out.
Check out the videos from last week too. By the way, if you haven't already.
Hustle did it.
Best guy out. Best game ever. Best game ever. Just so y'all know, chat.
We
Best
turning
game
this
ever.
off now.
Y'all later.